Alright, that took a few more minutes than I thought to get set up. I'm all ready. Shut up, ding computer. Oh my goodness. My computer's making noises at me. Alright, I'm back. I am agitated. I got the notes back from editors about that whole publication thing that I submitted to, and they kind of gutted the story, and I'm used to that, so I'm used to stuff having needed to be cut. However, they gutted, like, the point of the story, if that makes sense. Would you say that you're mad? I'm upset. I've got to go through the whole thing that they sent me. They sent me back the cut version, and essentially, like, 3 pages worth of content is just completely cut out of a 9-page story, and I'm like, that bad, yeah. Like, they took out all of the... So the theme was dystopian, okay? So I wrote a story about essentially a group of characters who are part of a sort of middleman situation of, you know, these are the people that take care of the trash of the rich society, you know. And the whole point was to try to illustrate this, like, in a true dystopian, you're gonna have a much wider spread of classism going on, where there are going to be major divides between people. And I was trying to focus on these guys who are we're not rich society, we don't even get to integrate and be part of that. We get to be kind of, think upper middle, you know, like a middle class, but it's still not great. And a bunch of the stuff they took out kind of just takes away from the idea that this is their position in the world. And I'm just kind of like, see, you took away an entire character section got cut, illustrating someone who's, like, you know, not as educated, or quote unquote not as educated, but they're, like, really good at what they do, but they just speak with a really heavy accent kind of thing. And I'm like, no, that was the point, is to show that, you know, just because they appear uneducated doesn't mean they don't know what the hell they're doing. Like, because this is what society thinks, you know. Think of these people like trash men, or, you know, people who are working just the bottom grade jobs that rich society doesn't even acknowledge and look at. And they cut all of it, and I'm like, So I've got to go through the document they sent me and make comments and be like, okay, this is what I was trying to illustrate. Is there any way we can bring this back? But they sent me just a cut copy, and I'm like teachers, yeah, now I'm sad. So it's like, because I wanted it to be real dystopian, right? Like a real dystopian idea that there's the rich people up there in the, you know, living among the stars and everything, in the cool system. You see the nice all white and blue and fancy technology and the AI that's, like, you know, humanized and everything. And I tried to compare it down on essentially saying, hey, this is you think of these people as driving a you know, garbage truck, but it's still advanced enough, but, like, the editor humanized the AI and everything, and I'm like, no, don't. These people don't give a shit about that. They don't want to be friendly with the AI. They want to get their job done, and they want to be left alone. Like, this is the point. And then there's people below even them who are having to deal, you know, with the hands-on kind of stuff. Like, so essentially trying to illustrate that there's people on Earth who are just awful people. And it all got cut. And it just became a story about some people on a ship picking up some cargo and dropping it off on Earth, and that was, like, it. I was like, no, you're taking away the point. Like, classism, that's what the story's about. awful or awful people, both actually. So I'll give you the spoiler for the story. The spoiler for the story is that, you know, all of this. What is this story for? So I submitted to a publication. I submitted a work to a publication because they told me to, and so I did. The spoiler for the whole thing is that this giant, nice uber rich space ring where all the nice people live shoots out their, quote unquote trash pods out into space, right? And then all these carriers go and they pick it up and they take it down to Earth to be repurposed, because everything has to be repurposed. Everything has to be basically turned into something else that the rich, can then utilize and use. But it's not trash they're picking up. It's essentially the 8,000 human bodies that die every single day in a world population. And so that they take that down to the surface, and then those surface people are like, don't worry, we'll handle it. And they take those bodies and they repurpose them to make it so that way they can basically send up the, I think Star Trek, like a Star Trek replicator kind of thing, where they're like, oh, all my food and my drink comes here. The rich people don't give a shit, and they don't want to know where it comes from. And so the whole purpose of this story is to illustrate that it's like, it's you guys. It's the whole Soylent Green is people kind of idea. It's, we have to repurpose it. This is a dystopian world. Nothing is infinite. We don't have all the free resources. Everything we make, or everything that, you guys consume, has to be from a recycled source. And they cut it. They cut all of that. Well, not all of it, but they downplayed it. They downplayed the importance of, why my main characters don't like the people on Earth, and why they don't like the people in space, and all this stuff. And I'm just like, this is what the whole point of it was. Classism. Classism in a future society. Politics or just stupidity? I would call it willful ignorance. It's the idea that, we don't want to know, where all the, rich people don't want to know where all the fun stuff comes from. No, on the parts of the editors. I don't know. I've always had the feeling that Jonathan doesn't really like me much. Because I know the editors. I know one of them is a good friend of mine, and if I sit down and I talk with her about it, I could be like, here's what I'm trying to do, and she would be like, oh yeah, okay, I get that. But Jonathan is also one of the editors, and I think Jonathan has always kind of gutted my stories, while his always kind of make the cut somehow, if you know what I mean. Which I have never really agreed that if someone is editing the book, that they should include their own work within the book, because it's like, okay, you're going to think that your stuff is nice and perfect and everything, but it's like, and again, I think my stuff is nice and perfect too. I am willing to accept cuts and I'm willing to accept opinions, but I have done a side-by-side comparison of this, and there's a bunch taken out, so I'm like, I'm a little upset. Sounds to me like they just wanted to keep the tone light, and if the editor doesn't like you, then they have good reason to ruin your work. Again, I've never really felt like Jonathan has liked me very much. I don't really know why. It's just one of those feelings, you know what I mean? Anytime I'm over talking with them, I just get the feeling that they're just like, He knows what you did last summer? He does, actually. So what we did at one point is they were doing because they do also writing retreats and, writing exercises with groups and everything. And at one point we were doing an exercise where it was you have to just write a flash fiction. It has to be between 100 and 110 words. No more, no less. And we had 30 minutes to do it. And I went. I just wrote stuff. And when it came down to it, people were like, all right, how many stories did everybody get done? And I was like, I got 11 done. And Jonathan was one of those who got like, I got part of one done. And I'm like, why should I be like, am I getting punished for just writing stuff out? Like, if you people actually work with me on this stuff, maybe we can make it good if it's not good, or maybe we can make it better if it's okay. I don't know. Jonathan has always come across to me as just someone who does not really get on with me, and I don't get it. I don't know why. Now, you shamed him? Something like that. I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I'm not out here saying that everything I write is gold and is, like, perfect. Like, everything I write could be, you know, cut up, dumbed down, switched up, changed, and I'm perfectly okay and accepting of this idea. But to just send me a copy of my own work that's suddenly like 3 pages lighter and ask, hey, is this cool for publication? I'm like, no, I'm not cool with this, you know? Like, there's stuff missing that I was trying to have be the point. And if you're cutting out the point, it makes me unhappy. So I've got to go through all their stuff today, and I've got to comment on the doc they sent me, and I've already marked out points to be like, you omitted a whole section here, and this is why I had it. We can change it, we can fix it, and I'm cool with that, but to just cut it feels like a disservice. And I'm like, here, let me pull up. I don't want to sound rude or evil or malicious when I do this, but they said there was a lot of descriptions of things that took too long to get to the point. With the time short to publication, we went ahead and just accepted stuff. Were there particular points you were hoping to keep? Sorry for the inconvenience. There's still a record of all the changes. By the way, there isn't a record of all the changes. I tried to find that record, and there's only sections of comments, so there's only comments, and I'm like, you know, I don't actually see all of your changes. So I've had to side by side and read through it. So, yay. You know, so I get to do that tonight. That'll be fun. And hopefully they don't string me up for it. I might. Or what I really don't want is for them to think that I'm coming off as like pretentious or anything and act like, oh, but my story was great. Why did you destroy it? Like, that's not the point. Because again, I'm okay with accepting of like, this stuff either has to be cut or changed. And I'm like, cool. I can either cut or change this. Care to walk and talk? Something like that. And I mean, I just have my opinions of like, but I liked this because this was important to the story kind of thing. So, I don't know. I don't want to come off as pretentious. I don't want to come off as like I'm trying to be obstinate, but I kind of want to fight for the story that I'm trying to tell. If that makes sense. I mean, you can play the game and tell the story. Never. Never. I can't do that. I'm terrible at it because I'm going to get immediately sidetracked and there's going to be massive pauses between everything I say. Well, yeah. So that's going to be my evening. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Going to be a whole lot of fun. Then I've also got to get my other writing stuff done, which, you know, I've already accepted. Might have to have a whole bunch of cuts made to it and everything, but I don't know. I don't know. Resume. Speaking of which, I updated my resume recently, and I should probably run over my edits on that. That'll be fun, too. That'll be a whole lot of fun. Water. Loading. I'm remembering, we were down in a section, and then we saw the plant thingy. Where was I? What was I doing last time? Right. I was... Yes. This part. Okay. I'm remembering a little bit. Let me remember my buttons here. Enter the arguments. Oh, yeah. Inventory. Okay. I'm slowly remembering what I did, because it's essentially been, like, what, a week since I played this? So, the weird plants, and we killed what's-her-crazy bitch. Right, I remember this. We bring you the horizon? That doesn't make any sense. The sun brings that to me. I gotta remember how, buttons work. Okay. So if I point it that way, am I going to be allowed to walk in here? Oh. Okay. Not connectable. Connected. Hey, wait a second. Wait just a minute. Wait just a minute. Last time on Moods of Madness, everyone dead. Space alien ghosts. Ina dead. Ina dead. We remember Ina dead. And, well, some people are not dead. The dweeby scientist died. That part I remember. Secret keepers. Okay. Oh, I see. That door was close. Oh. Oh. Oh, boy. No! No! Okay. No, damn it! Kick.
Fuck.
Robots. All right, so do I gotta contend with murderous robots now?
Unauthorized access. Unauthorized access. Security en route.
Uh-oh.
Please await lethal response.
Please.
Shane, we made it to the door. Definitely not Orochi. It looks ancient.
Oh,
But they've been
yeah.
here. There's equipment near the base, and there's a strange artifact on a pedestal. If they found a way inside, there's gonna be a record of it.
I remember
I'll see what
this.
I can find out.
I remember this bit. Because we saw the weird drawings in the flashback, like, where we were time looping or whatever. And it was all like, oh. Like, this is looking a whole lot like things are gonna happen. Orbs, tentacles, and doors. Yeah, and jism. Much jism. Much jism. Do we still have our jism counter? What did we end on last time? Oop. Oh, another one of these puzzles. Yay. I like these puzzles. And that's, what, too much? Too much? Wait. You know, I don't really understand what made that work and not the other. Not really sure what made the difference there. Counter edit on 13, appending. Counter 16. 16. So we're up to 16, because when I go back and I edit this, we are absolutely having a little
Declan, there are layers to this
ping
place.
counter.
An entire complex.
Oh, this
I
thing's
can't
looking
believe
at
this
me.
was right under our feet.
Josie was right. Volkova knew.
This can't be real.
That one's looking at me. It's watching my every move. It's like, no, stay looking over there. Oh, and we're in. We're in. What is it? Recent checkout report. Blah, 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 manual. All right, that's a whole bunch of stuff. Pathogens, containment procedures. Containment procedures. Storage. Product activity. Units do not operate as speculated in Martian atmosphere. Adjustments being made. Operating well above standards. Biohazard. Is there something? We got black stuff all over this place. If I use this one, what does this one have to say on the matter? Excavations for our Argus facility are complete. The central robotics hub is at full capacity with better than expected model rotation. The mechanical degradation, whatever, well within tolerances. Air circulation systems in visitor area and interrogation are operational with a proprietary mountain stream. Interesting. Scent added to oxygen supplies. Security systems online and assigned alert. Did something attack me? What was that all about? The hell? Squeak! Huh, shiny gecko! How's it going? Did something try to attack me and I missed it? Oh well. Interior excavations. Appendicitis? Wait, what? Mayhap. I'm corrupted somehow. I'm broken inside. Everything's falling apart. I get it. I understand. Recent increase in field malfunctions has slowed progress on transit systems for subterranean offices. While not outside expected range, the specificity, wow, and consistency of repairs needed has been logged. Suspicious activity reports submitted to control. Resources have been diverted to drilling operations following the recent discovery of an ice vein. Geothermal systems have increased significantly during this period, and energy systems have been fully converted, went from secondary solar to underground systems. Okay. Containment systems, bunch of functional, okay. And black goo stuff that's like sort of moving but not moving at the same time. Anything interesting on this one? Anything at all? Landing sign clear. It's a little dusty, but it's home. There's Roder. It says, who are these people? Exterior communications. We're sure to give you a proper Mars welcome over Mars. Angelus 1 here. Next check-in at 8:30. Since time at 8:30. This time, make sure your seats and tray tables are in their flare and position.
They disturb the divine engine, disrupt the barrier, seek a well of knowledge that swallows all. Out the airlock they went, fragile minds scattered to the vacuum, extinguished by the breath of the moons.
We're not doing this.
Of the moons. The bones tell me nothing. Let's see what this has to say. Issue logged, confirm, proceed to visual confirmation, have updated, expected visual, 11 minutes, 21 seconds. Orbital line. Negative on visual. Coordinates confirmed. Mission parameters updated. Receive unauthorized signal detected. EMP detected. Maneuver aborted. Power diverted to subsystems. Aha! So this is the... what must have just happened, because that's the Cyrano, right? Yes. The moves breathe. Okay. Sure, why not? Yeah. Yeah, why not? Why the heckin' not? Do we have a reason not to, have that be a thing? I don't know. Catastrophic failure. Yeah, so that was the whole procedure of the Cyrano falling apart. Got it. If I just duck into here. My bad. Was that supposed to happen? Oh. Oh, damn it. Where'd you come from? Oh, you went back in your thing. Smack. It just clocks me right in the face. Ow. This is their security system, be like, grab them and bonk. Is this for yesterday? Is this all the bonks for yesterday? Nope, other way. Aha! Then I sneak past. I divert the camera and I sneak away. You're owed a great deal of them. Many bonks must be had. It's not my fault. The game yesterday, Persona yesterday, was really on one. You can't tell me it wasn't. Man. Look at all of these hands. And feet? The heck are these? Yeah, okay, but still, right. So, all I'm saying is you can't blame me for just reading what the game says. The game said things and I read it. I read it out loud and everything. And then, I didn't even have to read some of it out loud. They were like, oh, don't worry, this is fully voice acted. And I was like, yeah, people are getting frisky in a cabin. What can I say? Not my fault. What is this? Site recovery and storage. Site 9 continues to be the focus of mission operations. Artifacts recovered have been invaluable. Icarus team reports unprecedented preservation of pieces that have been carbon dated to over 30,000 years old. Secrecy has been difficult to maintain, but no authorization has been given for Invictus team clearance. Okay. So what, there's like a whole separate team down here or something that's been operating? Is that what we're getting at? Discovery of preserved ice vein beneath site during geothermal excavations. Resources diverted. Outside operations continue at reduced priority. Okay. Microbial samples. Biblis patera. Interesting. Organic molecules discovered. No fossilization. Promising site. Salt samples from areas blah blah blah. No microbe, but they finally found one at some point, apparently. Microfossils discovered. Crystal formation. Report this. Evidence of microbial life on Mars. Stand by to divert Invictus team after Cyrano crew relief. Divert excavation efforts upon update from control. Wait, hold on. Divert Invictus team. So I'm Invictus team. Boo! Yeah, Soka. Hi, Soka. Yeah, and then they added commentary. This was all yesterday's fault. Yesterday was the problem. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, so the Cyrano crew relief. So the people on the Cyrano were gonna come down, and we're gonna do what exactly? Kitty, she is sleeping on the bed. Let me go see if she'll hang out. 1 second. Let me see if she'll hang out with us. Esper. Guess what, Esper? Guess what? Soka loves you. Come here, Esper. Do you want to try? Do you want to try sitting in your bed? No. Nope, she doesn't want to sit in her bed. Hi. Come here. Okay. Best kitty. I know, except she doesn't want to hang out with us right now. That's okay. Hi, Blood Princess. We're learning the secrets now? Yeah. So we're learning secrets about how... I don't understand quite what this phrase, divert Invictus team. What do they mean by this? Are they just gonna like, oh, you know, we'll just not tell them anything about what's going on kind of thing, which is my understanding. That's fine. But we're learning secrets, and then there's like, you know, security bots who are probably gonna try to bash my face in. I would like to steal their baton that I might fight back. Wait, what is this? Aha! Ooh, gotcha. I'm asleep now. Good night, Soka. Sleep so well. I believe in you. Oh, okay. Hold on. So you got like a whole system of numbers here, huh?
That turned on the conveyor belt. I should be able to get through the room next door if I head back.
Yeah, if. Except that I just turned on a camera. Alright, so if I do that, I'd be safe. There we go. Clever. So these are the little tiny robots that they're making to, like, what? Go into the dirt and collect stuff? What's the point of these little guys, exactly? We haven't been told that. Esper, come here. Hold on. Yeah, kitty, come here. the cat got all kinds of runny and active. And just turned and looked in the room and, like, meowed at me and went bolting. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I woke her up and now she's got the energy. Robots don't go insane, but they will break down every other piece of electronics on this planet. Probably. I'm just wondering, what they're gonna be good for. They got a heat sink in their brain. CPU, perhaps? Can I hide under these tables? No? They got weird feet. Okay. I mean, I got over here. What was the point? I don't understand. Oh, and now that I'm over here, I can't go back over there, huh? Oh, wait. Aha! Got it. I figured it out. I found the path, everyone. But first, info. Let's see. Message from Manticore. This message is displayed in the event of a catastrophic system failure or attack on this facility by an unknown, possibly transdimensional entity. So they knew about a transdimensional entity? If you are reading this, all doors are locked and sensitive materials protected by blast shielding due to heightened security measures. This extra security is an effort to protect any sensitive information from being collected and also from you. Please beware that NDK-13 advanced bipedal android models are designed for excavation and transport functionality, and thus have the internal hydraulic capacity of ambulate, whatever, and carry over 1,000 kilograms. While an admittedly impressive engineering feat, during a level 4 threat, their primary logic function is overridden and they will employ lethal force as needed. To avoid injury or death, seek out the nearest Manticore-approved panic shelter. There are currently 0 shelter facilities in your area. Oh boy! Fun! Warning, level 4 security protocol. All personnel access restricted. Z pathogen detected. Emergency protocol enacted. Containment procedures activated. Overseer console override required. Security disabled. I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. If I get just the right angle, it's very blue in that room.
Must be Volkova's lab. Smells like gasoline and fertilizer.
Yeah,
It's completely wrecked.
and it's full of this stuff. Throbbing tentacles and all that business. Ew. Oh my goodness. It's been in his past the first time. It's been a long time where it burns my cheeks. Progress financial plastics. Case Z path grows more comfortable. Recognize technology. Terminology. Okay. Just fast reading. Okay. Thin vine-like piece that drooped to the counter, huh? Uh-huh. Yep. Tentacles. Tentacles! Are they not my children? Maybe. She infected mice. She's making me grow strong, just like the mangrove tree. And crave affection, demand my attention. Then, did they snarl at Lucas when he kissed me? Oh, you were in cahoots with Lucas, huh? You and Lucas were a thing, huh? Not in front of the kids. Yeah, well. Interesting. Gross. Z-Path spoke to me today. Not in words, but it felt like it moved along the walls of Argus. I could taste the metal on my tongue, and it slithered onto the cracks between the seams. Ooh, interesting. Computer monitor flashed, and I saw Dr. Van Buren standing over the roots of the paper. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Who is Dr. Van Buren? Isn't that Lucas? So he was injecting something into the what's it? Okay. So she turned weird. She turned very weird. Interesting. I've made my decision. I can't understand why I hesitated so long. Why did I allow them to control me? I'll escape this prison. Rochi seeks to contain me. Lucas destroys my children. The walls themselves betray me, moving closer, stifling my work. This frail human body betrays me. Tired, sleepless. Hey, I know that feel. The muscles ache and twist. Circulatory and nervous system trembling, so I can feel my heartbeat shuddering. My plants feel the vibrations that travel on vectors our feeble senses have yet to even discover. They call out to me, my children. It has already begun, my child. My child, I touched his hands in the blackness and circled my wrist. The Z-Path swirled into my system, and it speaks to me in tones. It beckons me to the mangrove tree, and there we will embrace. Together we will remove all impediments. The work will be glorious. So yeah, she full-on lost her marbles. Got it. So... Huh. Okay. Frog. Spine? Yeah. Ah. Is there anything in this little box? Danger sensor. Orb! Possible orb. Perhaps orb. The glories of the maybe orb. Alright, let's see where we're going. Up the stairs. I'm not still, like, accidentally crouching, am I? No? Okay, just making sure. Was moving kind of slow up them there stairs. Okay, so let's see. More computers. More computers. How many computers were you using, woman? My goodness. Wilcox, Declan, okay. Right now we have a job to do. I count 7 bodies, and when we make it home, and we will make it home, I won't rest until I put a bullet into every single skull responsible with the chains on it. We weren't serious back there, were you? See what I can find out. Shane, we need it. We made it to the door. Definitely not. Oh, okay, so they've been recording the thing that got said to me, huh? Okay. Equipment near the base, and there's a strange artifact on a pedestal. If they found a way inside, there's going to be a record of it. This can't be real. Josie right now. Volkova knew. Declan, there are layers to this place, an entire complex. Can't believe this was right under our feet. You know what Volkova was doing? Okay, so they knew it was dangerous. They didn't care. She didn't care either. Walked by. I'm heading down. Walked by 100 times. There's an elevator in the center of the research lab. Server room has an elevator. Yeah, that was me. Okay. So, they've been All of our stuff has been recorded. Access card?
The CEO of Orochi? Holy shit, why is this here?
Why is this here? I don't know, it's mine now, though. Go to Icarus. Hold on, I'm not done reading computers, game. I'm not done reading. Okay. So he's been here, huh? Interesting. Excavations continue, and all progress is hampered by drilling equipment, shorts, and droid malfunctions. Recent incident during infrared mapping. Reported critical systems. Okay. Pyramidal marker unresponsive. Deterioration renders dating negligible. Potential items here are indistinct, poor quality, analysis of site inconclusive.
Okay, I think I found what we're looking for.
Oh,
Copy. We're at the device now.
The network used an algorithm to brute force a solution. The key requires a high-frequency vibration. Tune your biogauge scanner output to 31 kilohertz.
Got it. There we are. And we have an activated Martian artifact. We're in business, Shane.
Nothing here says what the next step is.
Now you got us this far. We'll figure it out from here. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Shane.
Dr. Shane Newhart, elite spy operative, taking care of business.
now, okay. Now, hold on. Hold on. Why was this a good idea? Why was this a good plan? I don't understand. Security lockdown lifted. This was a good idea, because I gotta, I gotta get out of here. Oh, there's definitely gonna be something in this window. They want me to look inside this window. Oh. What is all this nonsense, huh? What's going on here? That's a whole bunch of droids.
Declan, I'm standing by a window overlooking a room filled with pods containing androids. I thought it was automated sensors or something, but there must be hundreds of these things on Mars.
What are they doing?
Everything here. This is the hub of their Mars expansion plans.
Yes. Yes. So now, oh.
Nope, I can't move this one. I don't think I have a choice. Just go for it.
Hey, Jigger! Made it. Just ran past it. They can't stop me if I run. Also, didn't I turn off the security protocols and all that business? I thought I turned off the security thing at that one console, but apparently something's turned it back on. Don't do that to me when I'm exploring this way, game. I'm exploring this way because there's a small space over here and there might be something, even though there isn't anything. Alright, it wants me to make my way past all this, huh? There's a clear indication of a hiding spot. Oh boy. This'll be fun. This is just gonna be, such a riot. Boy, howdy. Alright, you want me to get past you somehow. Oh! Oh, Jesus! Can I hide like this? Whew! That thing just started walking up. I was like, Whew. It'll let me by right here. The thing's gonna walk that way, and I'm gonna run over here. There's another one. But I'm gonna run over here. I'm gonna run up. I don't know why. I don't really have a reason. Mostly apart from just I want to explore. This also gives me a decent vantage of some stuff. So is the black stuff like corrupting certain ones or something? Oh, he turns. That one turns, huh? Okay, where do you walk to then? You walk in a circle. Why is there blood here? Well, watch this. I'm too good. Too good at this. Is this the right way? Is this the right way? Hold on, what's this way? I want to look this way first. Yeah, okay, good. Just making sure it's a dead end. Making sure it's a dead end. Nothing over there to see. Walk this way. Checkpoint reached. Man, I'm good. Alright. Now where are we? Back? No, wait, this isn't the back to anywhere yet, is it? Open this up. What's in here? Some kind of sleeping spot, you say. Now, why would it let me in here? Alright. Well, somebody was in here. And they got themselves all kinds of bloodied and endangered. What's in here? Toilet! Toilet. Sink. Soap. A bacterial distributor. Why is there a... Oh, hold on. Hold on. Why is there a trash can if there's no towels? Unless they mean... Gross. Oh, well, doesn't that look delightful? Oh, it's moving! Blowing your nose, but there's no towels. I mean, there's toilet paper. Yeah, nope. Alright. So there's nothing over there, I'm assuming. So I'm just gonna make my way past the viscous little tentacle there. Checkpoint reached. Hey, yo. Some kind of Iron Man heart. What does this say? Caution, electrostatic sensitive devices. You don't say. But I want it. I want it. I want to have it. I use TP to blow my nose. Also, they probably have females working there, so we need a trash can. Okay, fair point, fair point. You win this round. You win this time. Wait, what? Checkpoint reached, and I can't proceed? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I heard it, I saw it, and then it did the thing. All right, well, I'm gonna have to go in. Just gonna take a wild guess and say it was that way that I need to go, but I kind of want to sneak in here and do a little bit of light reading, if you know what I mean. Oh boy.
Mom was approached by Orochi. They interrogated her. What else are they hiding in this Project Icarus? Did they find her research? Did they find her? I need to know.
I don't know, man, but I sure as hell wouldn't stick around long enough to find out.
Come on. Apologies, finally, Icarus personnel responsible for the previous email have been relieved. We welcome your visit to Icarus and are happy to provide all information as it is not our place to question your intuition. That is a terrible way to run a company. You should be listening to the people that you hire and say, hey, if it's not safe, you probably shouldn't be showing up here. Your clearance has been updated to access the Icarus level of the Trailblazer Alpha Base via the main elevator console. It will not happen again. Without Cynthia Newhart's advances in quantum mathematics, Orochi Group and Icarus would experience a development setback in 10 years. Okay. Servers on Argus store. Okay, nothing super crazy. Interrogation. I can't accept this. Your colleagues at the university, they deserve the extra facilities. The Cynthia Newhart Center for Mathematical Studies. It's a nice ring to it. As I've stated previously, no, I'm not interested in a sponsorship program, or we are willing to provide whatever you ask. Money, resources, equipment, a safe, happy home for your family. No, get out of my house. Thank you for your time. Yep, so there was a kidnapping. Orochi has expressed a deep interest in your research. Each time you publish a new novel, you expose your knowledge to an even wider audience. This recklessness is unfortunate. About the dimensional rifts. I'm a professor of quantum mathematics. Did you find an artifact, a tome, a conduit to Gartha? What are you hiding? I don't know what you're talking about. I have nothing. Okay, so they suspected her of knowing something. Ah, interesting. Ah, okay, so she tapped into something. Oh, yep, look at that. There's some Cthulhu speak going on over here. Approximate and phonetic transcription. Sounds of straining and choking. Okay. Door unlocked. I have unlocked the door. From somewhere. Interesting. So, Mother was completely in the know about what she was up to, huh? That door's locked? Okay. So now if I get to the elevator...
Shane, the gate is opening. Get over here ASAP. You have to see this.
I don't think I can. He wants me to go to here, doesn't it? Wants me to go to Icarus? Wants me to go down further.
I'll meet you there. But there's something I have to find out first.
You're all alone, little one. Sometimes I feel alone, too. We're both alone here. Together.
Layered concrete. Oxygenated tubes. Oh! Wait, what was I just looking at that was causing that? Why'd you sneak into my vision like that? Oh, hello, what is this? Some rocks, perhaps minerals even? Oh. It's in the vents.
They hide like rats under the floorboards. Stick their tails where they cannot. I have seen where they root, slither like snakes amongst the leaves.
Man, these doors are heavy and busted. This looks like, nothing. Got it. Okay. Nothing in that door indicated that it would open up for me the way that it did, but that's fine. Yes. Decontaminate me. Shower me with your decontamination dust. Ah. Mars rock. Some kind of... that. Helmet? No helmet? No helmet. Okay. No helmet it be.
My God.
Maybe I shouldn't play 7 days while listening to you play this. Why? What happened?
Seething tendrils of a hive, ever expanding.
Ooh.
Fools! They cannot be contained.
Was it the jump scare that happened? Was that the thing? Or was it something else? Also, I like all this. So, I kind of like this design, and I'll tell you why. It's because they've theorized for a long time using large-scale 3D printers to layer concrete on places that we can't, you know, normally do that with, hence Mars. I used to work for a company that's what they were trying to make concrete printers, and it's not a very viable option right now, but they were doing it for all the wrong purposes. So, I just like that the game is using the, you know, real theory. Oh, Spike. Oh, Jesus. It tried to stab me. If I sneak past, there's nothing here. Damn it. Well, I thought I might be able to find something over there. I was wrong, okay? I was wrong. I was wrong and it got me. You died. You want to just leave the game? No, I want to go back to the checkpoint. Let's run it back. Run it again. All right. We will leave the...
My God. It's completely taken over.
Seething tendrils of a hive, ever expanding. Fools! They cannot be contained.
I'm still convinced that this is our mother or something. It's probably going to be the case, right? And we're not going back in there. There's nothing in there for us. What's in here, though? Some sort of jelly. And a Mars rock. A whole bunch of... oh, my goodness. I wonder if any of this actually makes sense. Illustrator, on it. Go. Do the thing. Also, why am I, like, slightly disappearing on the... in the dark here? 1 second. One momento. There. Now I'm not disappearing near as much. Bam. Yeah. Let's see. Yep. Mr. Chemistry Man's gonna go at it and be like, huh? What be it, perhaps? Well, they screwed up the top reaction. Alright, well, you know. You can't ask for perfection. It's usually a bad sign when they're like, hey, the very first, you know, line of anything is wrong. It usually means the rest of it's wrong. So, What are you gonna do? Like, they're game developers, okay? They're not scientists. There's more up here, though. But this looks more like math. Third reaction is correct. Okay. Well, they got one thing right, but if the first one's wrong, the third one's right. I don't know. It's all French to me. But then again, I never really much cared for chemistry, so. They're forming an anti-aromatic form from an anti-aromatic from an aromatic. Yeah, bottom reaction can suck it. Weird.
Jesus. Orochi has leverage on everyone.
Everyone, he says. We have obtained the files requested and placed them onto this console for review. The files included detailed avenues of leverage against the Invictus crew. If there is need to put into place additional surveillance measures, we are prepared to do so. We wish your visit a pleasant one. Gross. Okay. Okay, Dr. Volkova was only 27? Jeez. What do they got on me? Mild childhood trauma documented by a licensed family psychiatrist, fear of abandonment, mild social anxiety, graduated from Brown with a 2.9 GPA. I mean, okay. I love this line. PhD at the Miskatonic Mechanical Engineering. That is a good reference. I like this reference. I like chemistry. Physics, on the other hand, I could have dealt without, taking 2 classes of that, Not impossible if she started college at 17, graduated at 21, started grad school, ended at 25, started and ended up as a postdoc at 27. Right, but she's working here with the kind of leverage that she had at age 27. It's like, that's the kind of, the kind of leverage that she was pulling in this company is the kind that someone in their 40s gets to say, like, no, I have worked in my field for just as long as I was studying it, kind of thing, Like, I don't really think she has that kind of sway yet. Just saying. Unless they're really just trying to find, like, gullible scientists. But I mean, okay. Anybody? Miskatonic? Everybody knows what the Miskatonic University is, right? Lovecraft and all that business? The character is a hostage for your mom. Yeah, that could be. Yeah. A particular note, created a practical equation to explain the theoretical underpinnings of Yang, Mills, and the mass gap in his sophomore year. The apocryphal claim is that it was made in a single weekend, otherwise unremarkable. Wow. Didn't one of the docs from the last playthrough say she had some pretty big connections to the company? Yeah. That was the Volkova person, but I'm trying to remember what that was. It was, what was it? Let's see, what else does this person have to say about me? Dr. Newhart is key in our understanding of Cynthia Newhart's studies and possible whereabouts. Recommend continued surveillance of home and office. Potential asset for leverage if Newhart ever reemerges from isolation. Recommend hiring at local Manticore office, engineering position. Accept all salary requirements. Push for more information on Cynthia Newhart. So they basically said, hey, we'll give you a job, but we're really just giving you a job to try to find out where your mom is. This is the Captain, Special Forces, Distinguished Service Cross. Court-martial determination, dishonorable discharge. Record commuted, evidence expunged. Ooh. Interesting. Obtaining her exemplary record and citing personal reasons for her exit per her contract, Wilcox began employment at our California-based medical facility under the strictest NDA. Record of discharge. Friendly fire incident reported. 6 undercover agents killed during strategic raid of suspected uranium smuggling operation. Wilcox-led team suffered 0 casualties. Facility neutralized. Interesting. Wilcox charged a pistol at less than 1 meter, causing a perforating wound into the skull of commanding officer Major Corey Houston. Wilcox turned and fired a second and third gunshot, which entered the chest and shoulder of Captain Alan Sheffield. Before team members could advance and pull Wilcox away, another 2 shots were fired, critically wounding Captain Jaden Allen in the thigh and groin. Final shots were discharged into the ceiling as officers on site wrestled her firearm away. Okay. Her squad defended her actions, echoing the sentiment that the officers in question knowingly caused a friendly fire scenario through mismanagement. Commander Wilcox will receive no punitive action for these events. Ah. So, interesting. Whoops. I didn't want to leave. I want to read about people. I want to read about you people. Where were we? We were at Declan, Masters of Mechanical Engineering, minor linguistics, California Institute of Technology. How come they don't have his GPA up here, huh? Trafficking heroin? Oh, well, you know, whatever. Look, gotta pay for grad school gotta pay for grad school somehow. History of substance abuse, having self-admitted to rehabilitation centers twice. Road to recruitment has confirmed that Delafour has remained clean for over 12 years, during which time he completed his degrees with honors. Okay. Experienced significant difficulties upon graduation due to his incarceration, and Rochi's offer of employment has been contingent on his willingness to maintain secrecy. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Oh, Lucas, what the fuck?
Look, I just got here. Let me read it, damn it. Lots of restraining orders from females, huh? Wow. Dr. Van Buren... Okay, so yeah. Dr. Van Buren was is Lucas, got it. Sociopathic tendencies were well documented during youth therapy. Lucas displays difficulty reading emotions and a lack of empathy so he's a sociopath. Got it. Contributions to the field of philology, whatever. Vast, his dedication helped trace the evolution of Central American language to its origination point. Most recently, he self-translated Rochi's newly discovered ancient texts and star maps. Rochi has maintained surveillance evidence of Dr. Van Buren's activities during the disappearances of Abigail White and Tia Anderson. Those years, respectively, the videos show Lucas violently kidnapping and assaulting the women in his home. Ew, okay. So he's also a murderer. Got it. Gross. Chances of a violent altercation are slim. Well, you know what? It's probably for the best that he's dead. Yeah. He died to the tentacles. I have zero sympathy for him anymore. Gotcha. No sympathies required over here.
Fuck.
In a sense, he kind of got what he deserved, because he was also confined and then mutilated. So, you know. Revenge is a dish best served cold, as it were. Everybody gets their comeuppance one way or another. Oh, this looks neat. Look at this thing. It's a kind of people. That one looks creepy. This one looks neat. This one very much looks like the King in Yellow, doesn't it? The whole like hood and everything. That's a Cthulhu. That right there is a Cthulhu. I see a Cthulhu, and I know a Cthulhu when I see one. Look at him. He's beautiful. Oh. I love these subtle nods. There's probably others that are going to be referenced. I mean, yeah. Here's the Lovecraft chapter of the game. Yep. I mean, this is... What is this? Is this Yig, then? Because I see the whole, like, Egyptian theme and the tendrils, so it could be just spider. Or not spider, snake. And Yig is basically just snake, man. Is that? Yes. Yes, it is. Are you talking about the Cthulhu? Are you talking about the Cthulhu? I don't know what that one is. That one could be a whole host of things. This one that's, like, laying down, that could be a whole host of things. I can't really tell. That could be a couple. That could be a couple different things. This could be a Yogg. I don't know. It could be a few things. This could also be a Yogg. What with all the eyes and everything? So we've got... Oh, and is this just another Cthulhu it's lying down and I didn't get a good angle of it? Yep, that's just another Cthulhu right there. So we've got a Cthulhu, King in Yellow, a possible Yogg right there with the number of eyes. Also a possible Yogg. I think this might just be a Yig. So if that... Okay, so this could be... Oh, what's that thing called? It's the... Is this just a Shoggoth? Is this just a Shoggoth, then? It kind of fits the description of what a Shoggoth kind of looks like. Kind of like that whole pod-looking thing. You know, maybe? Maybe be a Shoggoth? I don't know. It's a bit low res. Yeah. Just a little. But it's kind of got the pod. It's kind of got some tendrils and whatnot. But based on all the rest, yes? Question mark? Yeah, could be. I don't know what this one is. What's this one in the back here? This kind of fat-looking one with the tentacles. I'm not sure. I don't know. I do like these little references, though. I do enjoy them. I think they're neat. Because this very much tickles my... You know... my Lovecraft scholar brain. Got a rogue hair. Yeah. Ooh. Oh. So that thing is walking and scanning that little environment there, trying to find something to stab at, but I won't let it. Well, this path was worthless. Aren't the deep ones supposed to be bloated? Maybe that. Oh, maybe a deep one. So the... Okay, I want to go back just a real quick bit. So... Maybe? Maybe. Because the Shoggoths were, like, weird-looking pod people kind of things with, like, wings and, like, a kind of weird, almost satellite-like looking head for other stuff. And it's like, they were just the servants of the deep ones, so it could be a deep one. Ow. You poked me. Just gotta sneak past.
What is that?
I don't know. I can't tell. The screen is all...
What is that?
Looks like some sort of experiment. The heckin' is this thing? Now that's weird looking. Somebody tried fusing living tissue with some other stuff. Gonna take a wild shot in the dark and say that it's the small version of the thing that's been chasing us. Oh, and look, there's more. Only these ones are bigger than the other ones. Ew. Ew. Look at him. It's weird. Hold on, before I go in there was another... No, that's all closed off. Okay. That's all closed off. Humans messing with things that they shouldn't? Never in the history of humanity. Nope. Never. Not once. Boy, howdy. We are such good and perfect little angels. We would... Oh, God damn it! Oh. 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 Die in a fire, robot. Die in a fire. Checkpoint reached. Hot damn. Whew. Alright. Just avoid all this sticky stuff. All these slimy tendrils that want my supple meat body. And it's one of these rooms.
You're trembling,
Not my fault.
let me swaddle you in viscera and wrap you in the nature of my bones.
Stop it.
What
Get
a
out of
weird
my
line.
head.
What a
You go
line.
and crack open your head like a walnut. Let in the mute, and my voices will still. Not in the spaces we know, but in between.
The in-between spaces, eh? Well, we got pills. Pills here. Some sort of hand. Some sort of crazy room with a whole bunch of, looks like... Oh, God
More
damn
of
it.
those things?
Oh.
And they answered. Time in a twist. Manipulated, contorted their beings until they emerged from chaos anew.
Why must it scare? Why it scare? That one's not throbbing. This one's empty. Empty. Woo! It's an elevator that goes up or down. I can't really tell which. Hold on, I want to explore more. Not done exploring. Look for a command center. Okay.
Shit.
People.
It's all of us. The entire Invictus crew. Are we the originals? The copies.
Wait, what? This one's me! Okay, so they've... Wait, so how old... Oh, this is giving me very, like... Okay, did anybody else see the movie Moon? If you've never seen the movie Moon... Fabulous, fabulous movie. Very strange. But very, very cool. This is giving me very Moon vibes here.
Expendable assets to Orochi. Wasn't enough to know all our secrets. They can't leverage us, they'll just replace us.
Interesting. Ixor's project is authorized to enact a contingency plan in case of unforeseen circumstance that may put the Invictus crew at risk. Replica of the individual will be made and preserved until a severe violation has occurred. Severe violations of company policy include the following: unauthorized transmission of operations information to an outside source, regardless of content. Verbal threat of intent to control or sabotage mission objectives or company equipment. Homicide, witnessing a homicide, sustaining a fatal or crippling injury, witnessing the retrieval or release of cloned subject. Please review proper safety guidelines before retrieval of or release of cloned individual. Discretion is of the utmost importance. Failure to follow protocol guidelines will result in immediate termination. So am I a clone? Was I cloned? Cloning successful. Organic tissue shows no signs of deterioration through advanced aging process. Memory implantation through nocturnal brain scan completed. So, what I'm hearing is that I am probably not the OG. I am probably not the original me. And what are these?
It doesn't end.
Split from a single.
Then we have tiny versions of us.
Scribbled on carbon paper, they multiply like vermin.
Baby versions, as it were.
It's a glitch in the sensory organs. Pain, a cancer fed by reality.
So, how long has this project been going then? Because at any moment, they could just be like, and we're gonna cycle through a whole crew. Just put them, keep them working. Interesting. Aha. Experiment number 279. Project Icarus. We are experimenting with the substance/phenomenon/entity, oftentimes called the filth, what Dr. Volkova prefers to call Z-Path. Each sample, tightly contained and weakened with a particular regimen of radiation, as per the Icarus protocols. The goal of this experiment is to see if the effects of this preternatural, containment are the same on cloned human tissue and cloned hybrid human tissue as on normal human tissue. If the effects are not the same, how do they differ? Today we applied minute amounts of the filth on cloned cells and observed effects were largely similar. The molecules of the containment attacking the cells, however, the process moved more slowly than observed before. So they're subjecting clones to the filth. Interesting. The filth has escaped. I have sealed my safety suit and performed all the emergency protocols. I have injected the radiated serum as outlined in the procedures. Side effects are intense but mundane and far better than the alternative. How did this happen? There was no breach. I think the theory that the filth flows, even undulates along dimensions outside of our perceived 3 may have merit. I have sent for help. I am trying not to panic. I'm recording the findings this mishap affords. Voices continue. I ignored them at first. Congratulated myself on my rationalism, but then the voices learned to mimic my voice, and I thought they were me, and I was the voices. No, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. Okay, radiation must be working. My limbs have begun to do things on their own, but only when I'm not looking. I have to stare at my limbs very carefully or they misbehave. I've made a careful regimen of making sure to not look at any one body part for more than 7 seconds. I have to keep watch on them, except for my right arm. Good arm. I am a scientist. And he's lost his marbles. Cut off arm today. Right arm. Good arm. Only uncorrupted part. Pristine. It will be pristine forever. Stored good arm in the morgue. Code 9510. I'm gonna write that down real fast. 1 second. Yeah, come here, paper. 9510. Got it. This game's gonna need a viscera cleanup crew soon. Yep. Somebody's gotta come in here and clean this all up. I'm scientist. Will lock myself in padded room. Everyone is safe. Scientist. Okay, so he's the monster? Whoever this is monster. Monster. Is there a place to put in a code of some sort? Interesting. Hello, clone me. Goodbye, clone me.
Numbers is their meaning.
I'm in. Okay, why did we need to pull that out if there was nobody on it? Let's just shove you back in there, please. No? Okay. Hand!
That's disgusting.
A tactile tool. Tender. Untethered.
Add to inventory. Let's just put this in my pocket. Alright, this is empty. Yeah, we do not... Oh, alright. Alright, sorry. I looked at the box with all the weird, creepy stuff, with all the filth in it. Not my fault. Now, let's see here. Alright, hand.
Oh, shit! Come on! Come on!
Come on, thing.
Come on, open! Let's go! Come on!
Come on.
Come on!
It's slowly making its way over.
Open! Come on!
Hi! You want to talk about this? No? Okay. Cool. It walked very slow for something that may or may not have wanted to eat me. Bonk. Let's see. You've got an inordinate amount of limbs.
Okay. Come on. Close, you piece of shit. Close! Ha! Yes! Fuck you, you plant piece of shit!
I mean, it was closed. I got to look at it. I looked it right in its supposedly face. Yes. Supposed.
The moon's gravity pulls so strangely. It tugs at the tides of the mind. It pulls the planet apart. Do you feel it?
Are we about to get another,
My mind
flashback thing where we get to play with our orbs, huh?
aching for the pollinator bat. I felt through nameless eons and inconceivable dimensions to worlds of elder outer eternity. Oh, how rot casts a shadow. A corona surrounds the dark.
And there's just more. There's more beneath. See, I love this kind of environment shot. This environment shot looks so good. 8-headed monster. Well, don't tell me that.
Unauthorized access. Unauthorized access.
You're unauthorized.
En route. Please await lethal response.
Locked in. What are they keeping here?
Board meeting, 512.
Meeting at 512? That's oddly specific.
Yes. Specific.
New Eden. Orochi is planning on building a city here. A failsafe.
There is no escape. The dream will consume them. They are inevitable.
This is what happens when you go work for a
The CEO
You know,
of Orochi was here.
international corporation.
Makes no sense.
On Earth,
It's probably a 4-letter word.
which cannot.
I should look around for some clues.
Pen. Project Eclipse stasis activated. Okay, probably not.
So the Lord God banished him from the Garden of Eden to work the ground from which he had been taken. Genesis 3:23.
Well, all right. Well, we know what our 4-letter word is. That was easy. Bam.
An emergency failsafe if Project Eclipse is released. If I can lower the shield, I can get out of this room.
Okay.
Once it is broken, the rush is upon you. You don't get to be the same person after they get in.
Let's see. Project Eclipse fragment has become agitated. The workers are unable to resist its communications. They scratch the walls, run through the complex, reduced to a wild animalistic frenzy. I was able to close the chamber and enact the highest protocols, but I can hear the echoes ring in my ears. Eclipse has been shuttered. I've activated the proper protocols. I doubt they will be enough. Doors will automatically unlock in the event of the subject of Project Eclipse is released. Okay. Numbing agent used in Project Eclipse to keep the fragment under control is created from a strange metal powering the machine in the alien ruins. Since the active mechanism for sedation is poorly understood, we have taken the precaution of stockpiling a large amount of the metal on board the Invictus. In the event of an emergency, the Invictus can be launched. Self-guiding rocket has been attached to the payload. It can be triggered with a code phrase once the Invictus stays clear, safely clears the atmosphere. Communication specialist Delapore was tasked with loading the payload and setting up the detonation trigger. Due to the sensitivity of the operation and this location of the off-site communication dish, he is considered the operative with the most chance of success in case of a catastrophic event. Okay. Found that the Cyrano has crashed. Something happened. An EMP? We could not analyze it in time. The filth has reacted violently and unpredictably, spreading like a cancer across the entire base. The Dreamer fragment has sent the workers into a panic, searching for a way to escape. Security, that sure did. The security system has been triggered. The entire base has been compromised. I've shut down Project Eclipse. An emergency kill signal has been sent to shut down communication via Angelus. We will leave no trace. Okay. The Immortal Engine. As you know, we owe a great debt to the work of Dr. Cynthia Newhart. This site was chosen based on her later work. Notes and research kept under the strictest clearance, while her exhaustive library of equations and scrawled symbology has been daunting. Our analysis still continues to see results. Most recently, in the acquisition of 2 recent items, we are already aware of the fragment of a Dreamer, which we recovered. Research continues into the significance of this fragment and how it tries to communicate. Yeah, alright, so it's definitely still peeling into the Lovecraft stuff. Using the magnetic energy signatures first recorded by whatever that person's name is, Expedition to Antarctica, we were able to... Dreamer? Really? It's what they're talking about. The fragment of a Dreamer. Still in the Lovecraft. The excavations of Site 9, the team is excited to announce that we have uncovered an actual Gaia engine. Amundsen, yeah. Of Amundsen and Scott? Amundsen? I don't know. However, the Antarctica trip. So they're really tying in a lot of Lovecraft into this, aren't they? Which is, Interesting. Unauthorized message. Unauthorized video transmission, pounding muffled talking. Why can't I just see the video, huh? This is Trevor Graham, commander of the Cyrano 1, an EMP fried our systems, and we are currently hurtling towards Mars at approximately 50 meters per second. Fuck protocol, fuck Orochi. It wasn't hours after they sent us coordinates, and I could see it in everyone's eyes. Dr. Baduri? Yeah, whatever. Drew the short straw when the heat shield controls malfunctioned. We're not equipped for a mission like this. Command knew it. It's a fucking support crew. But we follow procedure. After 20 minutes, he stopped responding to comms. We tried to reel him in, but his face, when he turned, his entire mask was covered in blackness. Just a spider webbing of black oil across the entire thing and leaking out into the void. It cracked straight through the helmet. Constanza grabbed his arm and that shit, well, it crawled up her suit, wrapped around, squeezing itself inside. Pounding increased in volume. The pounding? The airlock. I couldn't let them back in. The infection, just being near it made my temples seethe. They're all infected. Doesn't matter though. The hatch won't close. Anytime now, we're gonna bust apart and rain down in pieces on the Martian desert. Pierce and Vogel are lucky. They're still asleep in their pods. Won't feel a thing. I'm taking it down with me, all of it. This is the Cyrano 1 about to enter the Martian atmosphere on a secret mission to help stake a claim. They don't care about the lives they lose to do it. You hear me, Orochi? The whole world is gonna see this. The whole world will know.
I'm getting out of here. I wonder if those consoles have anything to do with Project Eclipse.
So, well, how do we get out? That's the real kicker of a question, ain't it? That's the real question. Ah, there it is. This is the one I'm looking for. Fabulous, okay. Well, let's see. Project Eclipse, close. Let's see. Use last. Communication with the dreamer requires a sensory deprivation environment even for you. Use these settings. Lighting 20. Back out of that. Here we go. Yo, what up, Open? Has I played Deliver Us the Moon? I don't think I have, actually. I don't think I have. Ooh, okay, hold on. So... So we gotta get down to 100. I recommend. It has a sequel called Deliver Us Mars and a third game in development called Deliver Us Home. Interesting. Is it... What sort of game are we talking? Is it a scary game like this one? I like scary game. Or is it... Ooh, hold on. So that needs to be on the 4. Perfect. Is that last it said? So, okay, so all those settings are now correct. So there's going to be another control system like this one, maybe? No? Now wait just a minute. Don't want to give too much away in case you decide to play it. Gotcha. I'll have to pull it up though. One second. Let me pull up the Steam. Let me type it into the... Let me at least get it on a wish list. I've also sent another one to, like, Emily to play, because I think it could be... There's a game out called Platform 8, which I think could make for some very fun offline content for Plague Pal stuff, but... Let's see. I'm gonna hurry and add to wish list. I have added to the wish list, then I'm gonna hurry and add the other one to the wish list as well. Added to the wish list. Able list. There we go. Also, did Chad finally got back to me? Okay. Let's see. Okay. So now that this is all set up, what do I, Hold on. Is there another, like, console thingy here that I gotta tinker with or something? Hold up. Project Eclipse stasis activated under version code for Project Eclipse Phase 2. All employees should evacuate upon Phase 2 initialization. Emergency unlock protocol will take effect immediately. Well, now that I have this thing all set and done, is there no just like, you know... Aha! So you reverse the colors on me, eh? See how it is, game. And we have some entity. And it's gonna... Oh.
What the hell is that thing?
Reveal the dreamer. It's a something, all right. Oh, you're messing with all the electronics around here. Quick, let's go talk to it. Giant human heart? Maybe. Kind of, actually, yeah. Alright, so I've revealed it. Let's see. Deliver Us the Moon is a sci-fi thriller set in an apocalyptic near future where Earth's natural resources are depleted. In an effort to solve the energy crisis, global powers created the World Space Agency, secured a promising new source of energy on the moon. Interesting. We'll be down for this. Ah, this thing. Hold up. So this is the thing that I want now, huh? Ah. What was it, like 5:12 was the time of the meeting, or whatever? I want to say I'm right on this. Yep, 5:12. Oddly specific, they said. Yes, oddly specific. What does that do? So what have we done?
Brilliance, yes. Let it connect.
Oh, the darkness. Oh. Oh. It's activated. It's connecting to my brain. It's taking over my brain. Quick, to the door.
Our family therapist's office. I can still smell the musty leather sofa in the corner. My parents took me here when I started having night terrors.
Checkpoint reached. Rocket ship.
Some might consider my behavior obsessive. Yes. We may not agree on the finer points, but I can't let it go on any longer. Not like this. My father, he always used to say, "Cynthia, your brain has its own mouth, and all it does." Second mouth in my head. It just keeps... Never stop. I know how that sounds.
No, I'm not leaving yet. There's more. There's stuff. Let's see. Week 1. New patient, Shane Newhart, 7-year-old male with mother Cynthia reporting night terrors with complex hallucinations. Claims to remember every detail. Mother encouraged him to describe the terror, and so he did. It's made of vines, tendrils, and teeth. He emphasized the teeth, with human hands and face. The vines emerge from every shadow and fill the room, twining upon themselves, eventually crushing him to the bed. All the space that remains is a small, dark tunnel through which the creature stares at him from across the room, and he can see it through his eyelids. And its face inches closer, minute by minute, but his mom always wakes him up before the teeth. You. Became extremely distraught, and the rest of the session was spent consoling him. For any chance to develop a rapport with him, I'll need to see them separately for several sessions. Okay. So C is for Shane, C for Cynthia, S for Shane, I guess. Call Cynthia to set up the time next week to discuss home life, school performance, her concerns, etc. Week 3. Shane's GP ruled out psychological causes for night terrors. Must be related to anxiety. A lot of tension in the Newhart house. Shane may be genetically predisposed. Today he showed me the handheld chess game he plays during recess. Smart kid, but needs help with his confidence. Meanwhile, Cynthia remains a challenge. She answered my questions about Shane, but was reluctant to talk about herself. Insisted I wouldn't understand. As I encouraged her to give me a chance, she succumbed to a dissociative episode, which she talked about at length once it passed. She called it seeing through the eyes of elsewhere. We will have to revisit this next week. I convinced her to see me as a patient. Ooh. Put nail polish on today, but only on my left hand, because I'm right-handed. Did a great job, but it's only one hand. That makes sense. Wait, what kind of nail polish and why are we doing it? Is there a reason? Is there a purpose? Detail? Yo, what up, Zariah? Internet is back. Yay! Welcome back, Internet.
Can anyone tell me how to access the space between dreams?
What is Friday? Friday, I'm thinking, is still Persona, because we're in, like, a level grind sesh. So I can just be like, alright, cool, do some level stuff. And it can be fun that way. There's some, Whoa, ow, how'd ya? I don't know. It was sitting there. So I did it. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, so it doesn't want me walking over there. The space between dreams? I don't know. There's all this stuff happening in, like, the corners of my vision. Space Between the Walls of Sleep by Cynthia Newhart. Hold on, we've seen this somewhere already. We saw that earlier. A lot of this is new and probably jumbled. I doubt that the math works out. Alright, that doesn't want to open for me. Oh, paper.
Excellent try, Gloria. However, while the roads of Agartha do traverse the vastness of time and space, the corridors between dreams are a separate sort of passageway, and the two only intersect in very rare places.
Answer: the doors of light, the fabled roads of Agartha, are said to be able to take one through space and time. Oh, and disappeared. Disappeared. This one's also wrong.
That's very cutting edge, Adam. And while the full answer to that is quite complex, that is still incorrect.
Okay. Memorize the whole whiteboard. It'll be important later, I'm sure of it. Yep, it's going to be on the midterm. Damn it. I always flub up at the interns. At the midterms. Wormholes and event horizons offer the possibility to go impossible places. Okay. Ooh.
What a distinctive answer, Rupert. That is an interesting theological paradox, but it is wrong.
God holds the keys to the doors of the entire universe, and by his grace are allowed to enter. Interesting. Interesting ideas, everyone. But what a question. What a weird-ass question.
Very good. The answer is the dreaming ones. The dreaming ones were, the dreaming ones are, the dreaming ones shall be. Not in the spaces we know, but between. They walk serene and primal, undimensioned and to us unseen. They can teach us deep knowledge, secrets past the skin of eternity.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna call out the pretentious professors out there. I'm gonna call out all the pretentious professors who try to make right and wrong answers out of theory. Go fuck yourselves. It's like, okay, here's a theoretical. What's the right answer? Shut the fuck up. There isn't one. If the questions are purely hypothetical or purely theoretical, there isn't a right and wrong answer. There is only, just theory. We can discuss it, but that's all it is. It's just discussion. You can't grade me on discussion. If I participate in discussion, give me the grade. If I don't participate in the discussion, sure. Maybe I took notes or maybe I listened or whatever. But you can't just say, hey, you got an answer wrong. You fail, I'm sorry. It doesn't work that way. Yes, that's what I was going to say. Word for word, that's the one. Perfect answer. Perfect everything. But again, it's like, and she also got the two, moons symbol going on up here and all this other nonsense. If this is a not proven thing, if this isn't an accepted by the realm of scientific community, you can't just do that to me.
Yesterday, I saw a light streaming through the kitchen window. A mote, illuminated, suspended in the air. I spent the remainder of the day in my office researching. I've been accused of isolating myself. I merely am who I am and have always been an isolate. Isolated by knowledge. Imagine discovering a dictionary of new words to describe the universe. Words that no one else could ever know. The promise of limitless knowledge to an insatiable mind. Is it any surprise I struggle with domesticity? But I had to make a choice. I'm sealing it away. I have to try. Shane is my universe.
It's a real shame. Our mom's kind of hot. I can't turn my flashlight back on since I turned it off to read that. Whoops. But wait, there's more to read. Week 14. Patient functioning continues to fluctuate. She is managing to find relief from auditory hallucinations by isolating herself in basement. Symptoms waned enough to attend session today. Washed hair in basement utility sink, apparently. Manages to take care of Shane during dissociative periods. Cynthia twice trailed off into almost nonsensical babble, claims to have had a lot on her mind with the upcoming publication of latest book, and is not concerned. Not my first patient with such challenges, but for some reason I feel out of my depth here. Thinking about referring her to someone else. Increased dosage in the meantime. Shane is apparently doing well with support from his school's counselor. I'm sure he's glad to have his Thursday afternoons back. Wander, whimper. Sounds like a serial killer's catchphrase that hunts their victims down in the woods or something. Hey, I mean, we found out that one of our crewmates is, a homicidal killer. So, he's killed. It's not too far off, probably. This is neat. Back to the basement. I'm gonna touch the book. Book. Go, blinding lights. God damn it.
It's already too late. It's always too late.
Too late, it says.
Orochi contacted
Ugh.
me. They've approached me several times in my career. They knew about the Red Planet, twins. They suspected a great many other things, but they kept their cards close to their chest. As did I. Shane saw inside the book. Just a glance, and it was enough. They can never know. They would do anything to pull him into their fold. And that's why, Doctor, if I found out that Orochi approached you, and you told them what I've said, you'll find out just how dedicated a mother I am. Now, were you curious about the dreaming ones?
Alright. Mama's gone insane. Got it. Okie dokie. Opens in lurk mode. Thanks so much for the lurk open. Whatever it is you're going and doing, I hope it's food involved. May it be prosperous. Week 31. Hold on. There we go. It has been some weeks since I transferred Cynthia's care to a more experienced clinician. I can't stop thinking about our final session, even though my notes are sparse and the details hazy. Ever since, there has been a gnawing at the back of my consciousness, a deep anxiety I can't shake. I find myself jolting awake after mere minutes or failing to sleep entirely. I know something is watching. I see it flickering in my periphery. It slithers in the split between seconds. It thinks I don't see it, but I take the dreams for myself and I will tell them. I will have to suspend my practice until I figure out what it wants. Now already ate grilled chicken, rice, tater cubes, pepper and onion. Sounds delightful, actually. I gotta figure out food later. Gotta figure out food for later. You know what? I don't actually have potatoes right now. Oh, there's the slithery thing in my periphery. Get out of here! Yeah, alright. It burns if I look at you. Fine. I'm gonna let you slither in the periphery then. I'm just gonna make my way down the path. Got it. I need to get more potatoes. I do gotta go shopping tomorrow. Gotta get more shopping done. I'm running out of milk. Alright, where's the crazy lady? Oh, God damn it.
They cannot awaken. The moons bend above us. It is all but a brilliant equation.
Please, I need you to help me.
I thought I am. I was. I will.
God
Mother.
damn it, who are you?
Mother. Duh, I told you. That's Mom. Come on, game. For shame. Running out of milk?
I'm sorry,
Cool,
Shane. I've made so many
What, do you only have
mistakes.
2 gallons left?
You were
I've
never
got,
supposed
like,
to
maybe
be
a cup
here.
left.
Mom? Why are you... How did you get here?
My curiosity led me here. The pages of the Necronomicon
Bam.
revealed a mathematics I had never encountered, and a pathway to the dream world.
Necronomicon
I
came
didn't
up.
know that once I made the choice, I could never return. The decision has weighed on me ever since.
Wait on you? Do you have any idea what that did to us? To Dad? When you left, it broke him. We searched for you for years.
Shane, please, listen.
Has it been you this whole time? In the base, haunting the crew? Driving us crazy with these nightmares?
Stop! The struggle tears at my soul. It takes every ounce of concentration I have to remain here. I need your help, son. We must act quickly. When the ship passed between the moons, the twin dreamers were disturbed in their slumber. All the chaos you've witnessed, the filth, that creeping horror is only a fraction of the destruction that it can bring. If they corrupt the engine, the moons of Mars, the dreaming ones will awaken, and they will devour all of reality.
You left me. You left us for a delusion. What the fuck do you care about reality?
Reality is where my son lives.
What do I need to do?
Find the Gaia engine. I will help you do what must be done. Help me, Shane. Help me undo what has been set in motion.
Please don't leave again.
Don't worry. We'll solve this together.
You're tricking me, aren't you? You're tricking me. I just know it. I got a feeling. It's an emergency, I know. Running out of milk. But I can't afford a lot of things. It's just the way that it be right now. I also picked up a pack of Prime hydration powder sticks. 30 packets for $15, and I get 2 water bottles from each stick. Well, that's not too bad. Part 2 took a big turn from Part 1. Yeah. Okay, actually leaving now. Bye, Open. Thank you for the lurk. Whatever you are off to do, I hope you succeed. Phenomenally. Grandiosely, in fact. Alright, I'm in the shuttle. Where am I going? Finish chapter 2. It said 2/3. Uh-oh. Are we going to be able to get through part 3? I don't know. We'll find out. Pilot the Meerkat. Go to the Cyrano crash site. Welp. Boy, howdy. I'm glad I picked the right one on the first try, by the way. Oh, goddamn it. Ooh, you piece of junk. I should have known that was coming. I should have known you were going to try to do something to me.
Shane?
Declan! Sorry, I don't know what happened. There's so much more down there, Declan. Clones, mind control, the dreamers, the dreaming ones. Declan, we have to find the Gaia engine. It's the only thing holding them back. Everything. The filth, the nightmares, my hallucinations, they're connected. We need to find the engine.
Okay. Shane, slow down. We're inside. You need to get here as soon as possible.
Hell if I'm staying here. We have to find it.
Okay. We'll find this machine.
Okay, that was a good one.
As much as I don't have any idea what you're talking about, it makes more fucking sense than anything else that's happened today.
Get to the Meerkat. Walk all across the filth. Oh, that one's writhing at me. It's writhing at me. It wants to grab me. Alright, put the helmet on, me. Also, so I put the helmet on. Does that just mean I also I happen to put gloves and everything else on too? Fill up the oxygen, because why not? It's gonna touch you. It's trying. It wants to touch me. Why it wants to touch me, I don't know. Beetle. Beetle-dee. Beetle-dee-dee-dee. Push the button. Let me in the kitty. Meerkat. Meerkitty. Meow. Alright, we're in. Egg, please. What? Go to the Zero crash site. I'm on my way. Don't worry. This cat might be slow, but it's reliable. You asking just makes him want to do it more. Yeah. Sure. That's what it is.
Oh
Also,
my
I still
God.
have homemade cookies that I get to eat,
I'm
so...
arriving at the door now. It's massive.
Yeah, these stone carvings must be thousands of years old. The records of excavation you found in Argus, this must be the place.
I'll meet you inside.
We're going inside, but everything's gonna be too late. See some, little pick hammers back there. We should probably grab some of them pick hammers. Bam. Bam. Of course, I don't need an impetus. Impetus. I'm always game for things. Video games, in fact. Everybody loves video games. Orb, everyone. Scan to connect. Puzzle. Okay. Now let's see. We can only... Aha. Well, this makes life easier. So this... goes there. So we need to find the corresponding... So this all looks correct so far. Yes, yes, everything looks correct. Except for that. And this bit. Ectoplasm. Ew. The filth. Le filth. No, Egg. Top one has to rotate to the left once. You mean to the right once. Had to rotate to the right once. Right one time. Nope, close. Closer. Not quite, though. Unless the bottom one is now wrong. No, something's off. Something's off here. No, it was left. Oh, yeah, you're right, it was left. Alright. I'm willing to admit I was wrong.
Magnificent.
Shut up, Mom. You're not real. You're not real.
Incredible.
They're trying to trick me. They're trying to make me do the thing. I already know how this is gonna go down. I know how video games work. I know how Lovecraft works, damn it. You're gonna trick me. You're gonna trick me. In fairness, I'm looking at the puzzle on a big screen, on a big TV, not a monitor, so easy for me to see. Also, in fairness, I've eaten and slept. I slept. I haven't eaten really yet today, though. That was a
Murals
factor.
are so well preserved.
I came here to learn from the ancients, travelers at the nexus of the dream world. The Gaia engine they discovered, that immaculate machine, spans both dimensions. It powered their entire civilization, gave them pure vision, sight through time, knowledge unencumbered. And with all the good that intense light and power brings, there is always someone or something who wants to claim it for their own. I craved it. The knowledge consumed me. And I learned and I saw.
Classic Lovecraftian. Look, I know how Lovecraft stuff works. Also, the reason everything in here is so well preserved is probably the lack of atmosphere. If you take atmosphere away, suddenly a lot of erosion just doesn't really happen. Something like that. Jacinth, maybe? Or tourmaline? 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 Tourmaline sounds like a... Tourmaline sounds like a Pokemon.
These murals, Shane. It's a warning they left here long ago. If we let the filth take over the Gaia engine, the universe is left to the whims of ancient beings awakening from a million-year slumber. You and I, we are the final guardians. We must repair what has been broken. Reality will cease to exist.
But if we break it, we can just break reality. It's perfect. Oxygen is the reason we can't have nice things, yep. Sadly, we need oxygen and water both. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. So, there was a fun little short story I read some time ago, and it was from the perspective of aliens who were basically looking at human civilization as, we can't go down there. Those nut jobs are like breathing in poison all the time. Like, they looked at us as organisms that breathe in and survive off of poison, and they were saying oxygen is poisonous, which I'm like, they're not too far wrong, actually. It's not too far off to say that oxygen is in fact a poison. And we are indeed breathing it, and we drink our water, and we're weird like that. We're the weird organisms. What if we are the strange aliens this whole time? Oxygen in the blood is the reason you age. Yep.
There's something under the ground here. It's shifting through the sand.
Get off the sand, Declan! Declan!
Holy shit!
Keep moving! Keep fucking moving! Get the fuck out of there! Run!
I'm not gonna make it. Oh, shit, 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 shit.
I gotcha! Move! I'm gonna hold them off!
What?
Dozy! Declan?
Get back in the rover, Newhart! There's nothing you can do here!
Hell no! I can help! I know what we need to do!
It's everywhere.
Bitter reunion. Give me the oxygen. There we go. Yep. That there's looking like a... either an image of, you know... I don't actually think that is the King in Yellow. This looks more just like a cultist, so... Also, how much do we want to bet that this is just either the recordings or the rememberings of things that have already happened? They're not actually there, are they? They're going to be long dead.
That must be it!
It doesn't look like any engine I've ever seen.
I'm coming! Hold on!
What is this place?
They found it! They found the engine!
Cross the threshold. You must reach them.
Yep, I knew you were the same entity. I knew you were the same thing. You're tricking my brain. Might regret sending this, but maybe not. Spitting is a dirty habit. Swallow instead. I don't spit. I don't spit. At least not often. Maybe in the shower, but the shower's different. Shower is different. After all, that's comms but transmission... What are comms but transmissions of light? Or radio frequency, actually, more like. So, what was... my theory? Theory was... Okay, theory is that, you know, Cynthia's just trying to trick us. All this is not new. Ah, there's the... Okay, there's the path you want me to take. So, something...
I can feel it crawling underneath the stone.
Runes. A language. A key, maybe.
Their eyes, they are forever open, never blinking until they crack like eggs and reappear.
Declan, snap out of it. Here, take this.
What am I supposed to do with it?
Looks like a statue of a yig. Maybe not. Maybe not. But it does look very Cobra-like. Am I wrong in that assumption? Like, you look at it. Very Cobra-esque. That is definitely a yig. I'm taking it back. I am certain. I'm calling it now. 'Tis a yig. Give me the air. Give me the oxygen. Ah. Slurp down that good air, baby. Whoop. Shaky. Take a second to break.
What the hell is that thing?
It's a tentacle.
The sand is shaking. Not good.
Don't worry, we easily just run between stones. If we stay on the stones, everything will be fine. Because video game logic. Like here as an example. If I go... Let's see which direction we want to go. We're gonna want to go here. Land on the stone.
I feel tremors.
Then we go to the stone.
What are these?
Stay on the stone. Stay on the stone.
Language. An unlocking mechanism?
Declan, what are you doing?
That did something. Holy shit, it's spinning faster. It's working.
God. Do that again.
Do that again, she says. Alright, wait for that thing to pass. Real fast, like, hold on. Just gonna let you go.
Gotta get off the sand.
I'm working on it, me, for crying out loud. I go here, and I don't see anything over there, so keep running to the next stone spot. Just run to the stone spot. And then dip. Here we go. Look at that now. There's a Cthulhu. Tremors, cousins. However distant cousins. Good old Tremors. Ah. There's a Cthulhu, all right.
I'm gonna try to barricade the door.
No, it's already here. You can't.
You fucking bastards! You're gonna have to tear me apart. Ah!
Josie. Oh my God, Josie. Shit. Josie is.
Shocking no one. Is anybody else shocked? I'm not. Josie is no longer alone. Nope. Nobody's alone. Nobody's alone when they can have the things in their brains, and look at the size of it. The Immaculate Machine. Oh, there they are. Oh, or is that them?
The moons loom above us, drawing closer together with every second.
Hello, moons.
No!
Right.
Josie! My God.
You got her. Ripped her mask open. Though, you know what? She's still all in one piece. So, you know. I don't know what we're hyper complaining about. She's still, you know, in one chunk. It did say, hey, you're going to have to tear me apart, and they didn't do that, so. Hey, get away from him.
No. Declan!
Hey, buddy.
This can't be happening.
Shane, listen to me. You can't trust her.
I don't.
She isn't who you think. And if she is who you think, she doesn't deserve you.
The runes,
Puzzle.
the language,
Loaded into the
it
Invictus.
bends across the dimensions.
Feel safe.
It rotates and changes meaning.
They said I'd know when to use it. Said I'd know if I should.
Light the
Well,
remaining killers and charge the waning
now,
machine. Its glow will restore the barrier.
I won't be coming along, buddy. Save the world, man. And tell your mom to fuck off. For me.
Okay. She wasn't violated like Lucas was. Yeah. Lucas was,
I was too late. I'll finish this. This is the
he
end.
had
You
tentacles
can't let your
inserted
friends
into
die
him.
in vain. You have to complete what they have started. I cannot do it alone, Shane. My form, it shifts in the in-between. I will guide you. Be my hands.
I'm ready.
Insert item. This is not the right configuration. No, not quite. Nope, not quite. Nope. Let's see here. Nope. All right. When the moons hit your eye like a cute madness sky. That's, anyone got a line? Nope. That's the madness. Bum-ba-bum-bum-ba-dum. Something about something, yeah, that's the madness. Oh, there it is. Oh, nope, go back here. That looks better. No? Alright. Oh, you want me to match that up, huh? You want me to match it to that, not that thing, huh? Okay, okay. I understand. I understand. So what we need to do is we need to find that little shapey shape. And work from there, huh? Nope, not quite. Alright. Got that one. Nope, not that one. About this one. Nope, not this one. About this one. Yeah, that looks right. That looks right. There we go.
Quickly to the next. The moons draw ever nearer. Illuminate the ancient machine while there's still time.
I'm gonna do it.
Hurry, Shane. I'm counting on you. You must. You must. Tendrils of filth, slither along the spine of time.
No, they're gonna make me...
Thrust themselves into the ether, tear at the fabric.
They're gonna make me do 2 puzzle here. Okay. Hold on. Oh, I should probably go... Hold on. Let's run back and grab some oxygen. I'm at 68% here. Hold on. Focus on that diagonal part in the bottom. Only one face has that. I mean, every face has a cube, though, so we can use that as a focal point. Much easier to say, like, alright, grab a very common symbol, and then judge the rest of it based on the, you know, where that symbol you know can go. So, for instance, like, we go over here, and we can say, like, okay, we can look at this and say that we need to find a thing that focuses and looks kind of similar to that, actually. Not quite, though. So if we look at the top bit there, there's the square. So we look for the square, we align the square, and then we look to see if it lines up with the rest of the thing. And, nope. Alright, so we find the square, and nope. And we find the square, nope. I think I've already done that one. That one's a double square. We don't use that. This is not right. There we go. So that... you think in the reverse to how I do. I do simple complex. You go simple to complex. I go complex to simple. So it's just a matter of if you find the thing that lines up. And that one actually lined up perfectly. So bam. If you find the common denominator, you can usually find the complex parts that follow after. That's my path. That's how I think of it.
Do it, Shane.
Find the thing that
You are
makes
the
sense.
key, wondrous light. Return for us. Bridge the dimensions. Light and shadow. Repair the drift.
This one's already everything in place, so I'm not gonna bother.
luminous. Do you
Run
hear
all
it
the way
sing?
over.
It sings, Shane. I can feel it. The energy. It's weakening. There is still hope.
She feels
The
it, she
poles
says.
must not align. Go, my son. It shines with the brightness of infinite knowledge. Do not fear it. No, your friends. They died to help you. Finish what they started.
Yeah, see? And it's trying to convince me that this is the thing to do, and, hey, would you look at that? That one's actually perfect. Alright, cool. This one... If I look... Looking for... a middle square, huh? Or no, we're looking for a square on the top left. Okay. So if I go here, we do a roti. That's not correct. Okay, go to a... You know, that's actually... not too far off, but not right either. So, go here. Find the square. Not right. Cool. Nope, I want that one. I want to look at this one. This is the one I was wanting to look at. It's wrong, though. Real shame, that. Whoop, go back that way. Is that? Nope, not right. Nope. Not correct. Nope. Nope. It'll work out eventually if I just find the right key map here. Not bad. Not bad. Whatcha? Whoa. Whoa, Black Wolf. Black Lone Wolf, thank you so much for the radio with the party 7. What's up, everybody? How are y'all? What were y'all playing? What kind of games? Hi, Hyphen. I see you over there. I see you. You playing games? Let me guess who brought you here, huh? Did Hyphen suggest something? I bet Hyphen did it. Amnesia? Oh, you were playing Amnesia? Which one? Which Amnesia? I love the Amnesia games. They are some of my absolute favorites. We're playing Moods of Madness. For everybody who doesn't know who I am, welcome in, everybody. I'm Average Game Guy. I play video games. I'm Variety Stram. You know, I just pretty much play whatever I want. The Dark Descent. Oh, it's one of the best ones. Probably peak. You know, that one is probably, honest to goodness, just peak Amnesia. It doesn't get much better than the first one. The first one was so good. We're playing an Amnesia-like game. We're playing Moons of Madness. This game is such a Lovecraft trip, boy howdy, that I am thoroughly enjoying this so far. This was a... Is it that one? No? Alright. This one's a whole lot of fun. Been meaning to look into this game. It's been very enjoyable. And the Lovecraft references are abundant. They have been a ton of fun. What's my oxygen level looking like? Woo, 58%. Alright. This one's actually throwing me off a little bit. So, what I need to find is a cube. Aha! That might do it.
It's in place.
There we go.
I hope to God this works.
I had to find the right piece. Puzzle.
I'm so.
Jesus! What's happening?
Bad things are happening, that's what. Run!
We were too late, Shane. The engine cannot contain the dreamers any longer. Run! Before it consumes you!
I brought upon the end of humanity. Yes! Bring it on me. As the world crumbles, we can only hope.
The unbearable light! It's destroying the temple!
The engine! We charged it! Why didn't it work?
But they warned would happen. Was it prophecy? The
No, we
beings
just
that
did
led
exactly what we weren't supposed to do. The thing that we were told, hey, don't do that. By the way, look, Cthulhu. There he is.
doomed to the void.
Oh,
The
not that way.
awakening is
Not that way?
inevitable.
Somewhere else? Hold up. Where do you want me to go? Oh, climb. Good old Cthulhu. There we go. Look.
There has to be something we can do!
It is too late to restrict it.
I would love to read chat, but I'm running.
Last chance. One final result. The Gaia engine is compromised.
Mm-hmm.
The sleeper stir. Barrier is mended. Barrier is mended. The worker brings sacrifice.
Mom! Stay with me!
To the moons.
I just assumed that jumping was the right thing. I might be wrong. Cthulhu. As the World Falls Down by David Bowie. Yeah. This one's my first true solo horror game that I played all the way through. The first one, huh? I love me some horror games, though. I love me some horror games. Blood Princess, have you ever played Madison? Have you ever played through Madison? Madison was so much fun. Such a good, scary game. Ah, I was supposed to climb. Got it. I wasn't supposed to jump, I was supposed to climb. But have you played Song of Horror? Boy, how do you know I have. In fact, my friend Maddie started playing Song of Horror recently, and I popped in watching his stream about it and had to help him through a few things. Oh. Such a good game. It's one of the next ones I'm going to play. It's very good. It's the one that we made Emily play Chapter 1 of. Because, you know, she loved it. So good, except for the flower puzzle in Chapter 4. Yeah, Chapter 4 can do one. Chapter 4 one was rough. Can't remember who I got scheduled to play that. Who did I get scheduled to play? It's not scheduled, but enticed to play Chapter 4. Cube! Come on, I want this cube. Look at this giant, solid gold cube. Can I have it? No? Alright. Not allowed to have it. I'm not allowed to have it. It's fine.
The engine can be reborn, but it requires sacrifice. The moons, the dreamers,
Blep.
Phobos and Deimos. We must close the rift,
Blep.
shut the gate. Shane, you are here for a reason. You were marked, sent here, chosen.
Now we're being tricked, damn it.
On. It's all falling apart. Everything.
That's because we were
What do I
tricked.
have to do?
To the moons. You must go to the moons. There is no other way. Fly to the stars, to where the Cyrano broke the barrier and slipped from the sky.
I'm being tricked, me, but that's fine. I'm gonna, you know, accept what the game wants me to accept. I'm gonna accept what the game says I should accept as truth. Even though I already I got the feeling, I know it's gonna be a lie. I'm already being tricked. We know we're being tricked. But we're doing it anyway, because that's what the game wants. I don't get the option to say no.
To the launch pad. The Invictus should be ready to fly.
I believe in you.
I'm already losing my... See, even this thing is like flickering out, making me go crazy. I'm already all kinds of insane. It's already gotten to me. There we are. So it's all Lovecraftian. There's clones involved. So there's elements of, you know, all kinds of things happening right now that I'm like, what do you want from me, game? What do you want from me? Madness. Yeah, why is everything turning off, I wonder? Why is everything going wrong?
All right, Shane. You can do this. First step, get to the command console.
Hold on, open the cabinet.
Trace their path,
Lunch.
complete the ritual.
Yeah, see? You want me to complete the ritual. You see what I'm talking about, game? You're trying to trick and deceive me, and I know how this goes. But I'm doing it. They're gonna blame me for the downfall of humanity. And you know what? I think I can accept it. I think I can accept that.
Something got here before me. Not good.
Something or someone, huh? I'm betting it's a someone, not a something. Just taking a guess. Taking a random shot in the dark there. Hold on, there's stuff in here, right? Clone of me, perhaps? Clones? Business like that. Honestly, the downfall of humanity means we don't have to worry about gas prices anymore. Everything's just gone in a moment. And if you get to be blamed for bringing that all down, that's a, you know, pretty recognizable thing. You know what I mean? It's not every day someone gets to say, hey, what did you do with your life? I brought down humanity. That's a pretty high bar to overcome in later, you know, generations and whatnot. Other iterations of mankind, that's a real tough cookie to crack. All right. Here we are. Trailblazer, eh? Well, good for me. All right. Let's have a... Store power to the Invictus. Well, that was easy. I was expecting a puzzle on the console, but okay.
I have to hurry.
Must I? Must I hurry? Do I need to?
God damn it!
Going to look. This game looks pretty good and must not see too many spoilers. Best of luck. Here's to 400 followers. We're really close, actually, aren't we? We're real close to that 400 mark. Oh boy. Oh, it's flashing. Oh, it's trying to blind me. Hey, tentacle thing. Thanks for conveniently, you know, missing that door there. I appreciate it. You're just conveniently missing all the different ways that I need to get through here. Glass.
Shit! There's movement under the sand. Those things are back.
Well, I got yeeted. I couldn't find a spot to stand on. I got yeeted. That's fine. We got yeeted from the sand. I'll take it. I'll be fine. It'll be worth. You know what? It's probably for the best.
Shit. There's movement.
Let's fill up with oxygen real fast. Why
Things
not?
are back.
That made me jump. That moment, or, you know, when you
quick.
played it. There we go. See, now we stand on the thing. There's the what's it?
If I can just make it to the rocket.
No, I need to
rock
make it to
should
the
be safe.
rock. I was right on top of the rock, you piece of junk. And I was on top of that rock. Me and that rock were like this, baby. See, this is me, this is the rock. You getting eaten. I got lucky and never had them get me. Yeah, go the way they want you to. I am. See, I can't go that way
The sand.
because there's
Those
stuff
things
in the
are
way. There's stuff there, so I gotta go around and go that way. So I gotta go to
I have
this
to be
rock.
quick.
Then I can walk to this rock.
If I can just make it to the rocket. That rock should be safe.
Yeah, that rock right there should be safe. You know, I thought it would be safe. We'll get there. We'll get there. Robots on the hunt got me a few times. I never got by the robots, thankfully. I mean, I got pummeled once by a robot, but they never ended up getting me, which is fine. This little bit is like, all right.
Shit. There's movement under the sand. Those things are back. I have to be quick.
Yep, so we stay on this, stay on the rock. Go to the rock.
That rock should be safe.
Yeah, in theory. I made it to the rock last time. You piece of junk, I made it to the rock again. I'm like right on top of that rock. What is the problem? I was on top of the rock. I was so firmly on that rock. Boy, howdy. And then it was like, nah. Rocks don't matter.
Shit. There's movement.
Can you see the burrower past it all? I
Things are
see one out there.
I have to be quick.
But generally speaking, we haven't seen it move. Yeah, I have to be quick, I say. So yeah, I see those ones over there, but nothing in here. So
If I
run.
can just make it to the rocket. That rock should be safe.
All right. We made it. We were allowed to stand on top of the rock that time. So we see the outside ones.
It's moving. Run. Just run.
No, get to the rock, me. So we see this one. See, we never saw this thing at any other
I have to
point,
be
really.
quick.
Wait for it to pass. Wait for the tremor thing to pass.
If I can just make it to the rocket.
I made it to the rocket, okay? Hit the button. Hit this button. Were they invisible? They were, I mean, I never saw them moving. I saw the ones outside and I saw that one right there, but I never saw the thing moving prior to us getting to that rock. So, I'm just gonna say that I was cheated out of that rock twice. Twice I got cheated from being on that rock. Push button. Does anybody really believe that we're getting out of here? Toilet. Shower? Toilet? No, that's a toilet. That's a toilet, all right. Yeah, twice you got yeeted. Mm-hmm. Twice or thrice? Wasn't it thrice? Of course. Of course you are. You complete the ritual.
Getting close.
Ritual.
Just need a little more time. I never thought I'd be leaving Mars this way.
What, do I need to keep going up? Oh, I gotta go up on this side. Like, yeah. Once you deserved. Yeah, one time I deserved it because I just blindly went running and didn't, think.
This one's for you. Everything needs to be...
Other times, though,
This is it.
I debate. Detonate payload. Codename Mars sucks. Noted. Oh.
Now, starting the countdown.
All lights green. Simple enough puzzle.
Cross your fingers.
We launch. Swoosh. It groans of G-force. Yeah.
Clear up the atmosphere. Trajectory is set for orbit. What do we do next? Mom? Mom, are you there? Holy shit! What's happening?
We were tricked. I told you. And we got yanked out of our shuttle. We are the problem.
This is everything you are. Just you alone.
Mm-hmm.
It's time, Shane.
Time for what?
Hush, my sweet boy. It's almost over.
No! This is wrong! You want to release those things!
They must be freed so that I can be freed. You destroyed the Gaia engine with your corrupted hands. Please, Shane, help me.
Can I move? Oh, moons. Hello, moons.
I'm ready. Mars sucks.
Mars sucks. What are we doing? We're blowing it up? So we destroyed the moons of Mars, eh? Alright, see? We weren't entirely tricked. I guess. Though now we get to slowly run out of oxygen, and here's the fun bit. Refuse your mother? What happens if I don't? Can I reload at the last save point real fast? Bye, Demos. Bye, Phobos. Bye. Here's the fun bit. Oxygen is a real weird thing when it comes to our blood. So, our bodies can't really detect if we have oxygen. We don't. Our bodies are not capable of this. Our bodies don't really grasp that. What we do feel, though, is the presence of carbon dioxide. We are really good at detecting carbon dioxide in our bodies. And so, when our bodies have no oxygen, when we're not able to, actually process it, this is how, essentially getting oxygen taken out of us kind of works, is we don't really realize that it's happening. Our bodies just suddenly stop working because there is no oxygen, and the body's just like, well, we just didn't have the thing. And so in other situations where it's like, this is why when we have too much carbon dioxide, our bodies start to go into panic mode. And our bodies will panic and freak out. And this is why, you know, we can detect, like, when we're drowning or something, is because when we're drowning, our lungs will just cut off access. And so that way water doesn't fill up. And so our lungs just get full and full of carbon dioxide and our body starts to panic. And then, you know, problem. Now, hold on. I wanna go back. I wanna go back to what happens if I just let it happen. Can I let it happen? Is that an ending I can do? Is that an ending I have access to? Also, this might be just a short 3-hour stream because of this. Alright. We might just have a short 3-hour stream. That's fine. We can make that work. Assuming that I can't actually get the other ending. Yes, you can. I can, eh? Well, we need to, you know, load up the last save, or last checkpoint or whatever to get there. So, is there a... I can hit continue. Is there a way to, like, skip, go faster? I mean, no offense to the credits and everything. I appreciate all that these guys did, and it was a very fun little game. Very cool little madness, though. Let's be honest. Part 3 needed to be longer. Part 3 needed to be a little bit longer. I'm just saying. If Part 3 was longer, it would have been really, really cool. But I would have liked whatever happened more. But let's see. I think if you exit to the menu, you can re-enter. I think so. Let's just try it. Let's go. And then we'll do resume. We'll see what it does. Because part 1 was fine. Alright, we gotta go all the way back here. Got it.
There's movement under the sand. Those things are back.
Alright, we can make this work. We'll wait for that thing to get some distance, I suppose. We'll try for it.
That rock should be safe.
Should be. I made it to the rock. How many times? And yes, part 3 should have been long. Yeah. Part 1 was a good length, you know? You got plenty of good story in part 1. Part 2 had some good stuff going on. And then part 3 was... yeah, that one got me, because I really did think you were safe. Uh-huh. You were like, yeah, you made it to the rock. And I'm like, yeah. I made it to the rock. Everything is fine on the rock. But no, I didn't make it to the rock. The game denied me this. The game continues to deny me this. The game continues to deny my existence upon the rock. I don't quite understand why it is not acknowledging that my feet are on the rock.
Shit! There's movement under the sand. Those things are back.
What happens if I just beeline it?
That rock should be safe.
And again, I fear the digging tentacles. I fear any kind of tentacles that are large enough to either consume me or, you know, do ungodly things to me.
Shit! There's movement under the sand.
Enter you? I was gonna say something like, you know, violate. There's a tentacle that is of, you know, proportion and size that is able to violate me in some way, in some, you know, unnatural form. I'm usually adverse to such things.
If I can just make it to the rocket!
No, make it to the rock. I'm trying to figure out what dictates whether or not that thing actually gets me. Because I am not the only one who is just not seeing any movement on the ground, right? There's no movement going on the ground. I get to the rock, and then the game's like, no, you didn't make it to the rock.
Shit.
See, this one goes that way,
Sam, those
and
things are
then
back.
it disappears. There's one out there in the distance.
That rock should be safe.
Sure. Why the heckin' not, game? Why heckin' not? Should be able to go from the first rock onto the middle. Great. Don't know. Alls I know is that there's an invisible tentacle making its way to my booty. That's all I know to be truth right now. But it made its way there. In its own time and way. See, now I can see this one. This one I see. But I never see it prior to this point. It's always just like, yeah, there's nothing. Suddenly, I get nommed. And suddenly, I am the problem.
Made it. I hope to God the ship holds together.
I get nommed. Then, it's nothing but worries. Alright. Let's accept the madness this time around. Last time we got the achievement, well, because we already got the achievement for fulfill destiny or whatever, or kill the thing, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, fine. But this time I'm like, you know what? What if I just, what if I want madness? What if I want to accept that madness is inevitable?
Getting close. Just need a little
Humanity
more time.
is doomed,
I never
as
thought
it
I'd be
were.
leaving Mars this way.
And if we just allow the creatures from the other dimensions
Lucas,
into this
Ina,
one,
Josie, Declan.
good things can happen.
This one's for you. Everything needs
Only
to be
good
cool.
things can happen.
This is it. Now,
We
starting the
accept
countdown.
madness, then there will be peace. You're just being a good sport. They won. You aren't going to take that from them. You should actually, you know, there was a lot of effort put into letting them have their chance, right? 1,000,000 years in the waiting, or whatever. And you know what? Who am I to deny them that kind of effort? That seems like a pretty rash decision on my part, and this should really be a situation where we need to, you know, figure out and discuss what all of our actual options should be. We need to sit down and think about it and say to ourselves, is it really such a bad thing that, you know, humanity becomes one consciousness
Everything you are.
under a single
Just you.
writhing entity?
It's time, Shane.
Time for what?
We should put it to a
Hush,
vote.
my sweet.
Democracy.
It's
Let's ask
almost
the
over.
internet. Let's do a
No,
Twitter poll.
This is wrong. You want to release those things.
They must be free.
True democracy, no. We all know
Be freed.
what would happen.
Destroy
If
them.
we ask the internet
Your corrupted hands.
what we're gonna name this weird entity, it's gonna be, you know, Cthulhu McTentacle Face or something along those lines. Come on, just look at the moons. Let's have a look at the moons. There we go. Yeah, look at them moons. All right, then we're not gonna use the radio. We're just gonna let it happen. I want to see them collide.
What do I need to do?
It is done. They are free.
What's happening?
Julen. Ger. Gota. Tia. Aya. Vera. Diktam. Aya. Gail. Nitan. Yas. Dut. Ayun. Yata. Batu. Yata. Sha. Yata. Sog.
You can't do this! Stop!
Let the pain worm rise.
Shane, this is not the end. There is no end. There is no escape.
I got the achievement. Yep. There is no end, there is no beginning. There is only what is happening right now. And what is happening right now is a good thing. Look, this is how we breach our realm of existence into the fourth dimension, everybody. This is how we let it happen. Let the giant space tentacle
Astronomers
take over.
continue to be baffled by the sudden disappearance of the moons of Mars.
Mhm. Do we want to talk any more about the giant weird space entity that has emerged around the orbit of
NASA
Mars?
has called a press conference to address the speculation that a manned secret mission to Mars.
Come on, game, keep talking. Let's talk about what actually is going down here. There is a giant creature floating out in the middle of space that is going to take us and humanity to the fourth dimension of thinking. It's not actually too dissimilar to what I had in one of my Cthulhu, esque sort of things, is that, you know, this is just a thing that has happened. Which actually, this makes me very happy that my thought was original, because I've never played this game before. And yet there's a creature very similar, or an entity very similar to what I wrote into my own story, and I'm happy to be like, yay, I'm not the only one that's not on the same page, right? So we can all be happy in a weird, eternal knowledge, blah, 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 fourth dimensional being suddenly appearing in the third dimension, and how on earth that thing is coping with that fact, I have no idea. Imagine what our third dimensional brains would think if suddenly we were only functioning in 2 dimensions. It would break us. We would be absolute shambles, falling apart, trying to figure itself out. It would be terrible. Collect call from Cthulhu. Do you accept charges? Yeah, I'll accept the charges. Sure. I'll accept the knowledge. Also, like, even Cthulhu is such a minor player in the grand cosmos of things. Especially of the Cthulhu mythos. I know it's named after Cthulhu and all, but he's such a little figure in it. I mean, he's a big deal, but there are rings of power levels far and above his. Creatures and entities out there that are basically like, I created the universe, and completely unfathomable objects out in space, just floating about, being happy, living their best lives, as it were. Good old critters. Is there like an after credits sequence? I wonder if there's an after credits anything. We're gonna find out. We'll actually make it to the end of the credits this time. I liked this game, by the way. And let's see, what can we say about the game? Let's talk basic gameplay. Level design was fine. Level design was good. There were moments that were pretty, simplistic in how it guided you about, which is fine. They did a very good job of reusing environments with changes to them. That's also good. I like when a game can, actively use the environment that it creates to change it and make you use it in a different way later on. Sound design was good. A few jump scares. I do think that some of their jump scares didn't pay out, if that makes any sense. So, for example, like, when that jump scare of, like, the creature when we're trying to get on the elevator, like, I didn't actually really feel a threat. Which is why I was like, yeah, I'll just, like, look at you until I can back up into the thing. Like, it would be nice if there was some mechanic there where it's like, hey, do this in order to buy yourself some time or something along those lines, right? Like, there's not a threat of that jump scare. So the jump scares, while fine, and, you know, in some places they did get me, like, a few more would be fun to build the tension. There wasn't a sense of urgency, yeah. And so, you know, if there is a threat there, it's much more fun. Like, the threat of urgency was like, okay, there's a sandworm. The sandworm is going to try to eat me. That's fine. And I can be accepting of that as a threat. But then the problem, like, every once in a while it actually did get you to jump scare. But those parts were, like, not very long. So you didn't have to go solve a puzzle under the threat of, like, something might creep up on me if I screw this up. So, I think the game was designed that way so that most of the game overs wouldn't happen until near the end, so that it didn't off-put casual players. Yeah, perhaps. I mean, I would still have liked some level of connectivity as well. So, and then there's a story that didn't pay out that I am a little sad about. This would have been great story for Act 3, is the whole, like, oh, there's clones of us and everything. It's like, that didn't really pay out very well, did it? So we didn't actually get to have that whole existential crisis of, oh god, I am a clone, or, you know, how many have come before me, and all this other stuff. It's like, it would have been such a cool story to all of a sudden have it intermixed in part 3 of, like, you know, this is, you know, all stuff that has happened already, and you're just like, you have memories of your clone and all this and whatnot, or something along those lines, right? That could have been really cool to have as a moment. But the whole clone thing just didn't write itself out. It didn't pay out. And I would like for it to have paid out. Yeah, that was very glossed over. Yeah. So, it would have been cool to find out that I am like a 7th generation clone who has been working on this station for, you know, essentially iterations and iterations over and over and over again, playing out scenarios, and then this time it just happened to, you know, something is finally happening. Like, oh, turns out we've been here for 80 years trying to figure this out. That would have been more, you know, cohesive, more enjoyable, I think, as a story plot than a simple, here's a 27-year-old, you know, biologist who just happened to have uncovered this secret and now the whole thing's on fire. That would have been more enjoyable to me. To understand and be like, oh, yeah, that 27-year-old scientist has been here for 7 10-year missions to figure it out. And our memories are, like, sort of there and intermixed to help the progress of that research. And we're just like, oh. So every single, like, iteration of the clone comes in and is like, yeah, the previous scientist or whatever was figuring this stuff out, and I'm going to be the one that unlocks the next step or the next phase, and I'm going to figure it out. And that would have been cool to have been told and come to the realization that this is not a new thing. That would have been cool. Apparently the CEO of the company was here. That never paid out. Like, we never actually got to figure out what that was all about, but apparently he was on the station at some point, and, you know, we don't get to know that. So, now I thought about this during your playthrough tonight. The nightmares that the character has, could they have also been residual of the implanted memories of previous clones? See, that could have been fun. Like, in part 2, or was it the end of part 1? Back when we were at, like, the communication station where we saw, like, visions of, you know, other astronauts, like, walking towards us, like, that could have been previous, you know, memories of other minor disasters that happened during this research or something. That could have been cool. We could have, like, you know, gotten that callback of this was a thing that happened actually. You're only now remembering it because here's what's actually been going on the whole time. But it just kind of dropped the ball on that part of the story, which makes me a little sad because I would have enjoyed that. That could have been so cool to all of a sudden come in and be like, this is what's been happening the whole time. And it would have been awesome. But we don't get to have that. We don't get to have it. And I wonder if that is just a matter of, like, maybe budget or maybe release schedule. That could be the case. I mean, co-funded by the Creative European Media Program of the European Union. Good for them. So I wonder if there was just a moment where it came down to, hey, we're running out of money. We gotta wrap this up, guys. We gotta finish the game. The game needs to go to release. Which, if that's the case, that's a real shame because that does kill so many games of, like, good potential and all that. But, alright, it just goes straight to the menu. That's fine. We watched the credits. We gave the credits their due diligence. That does happen with a lot of IP. Yep. At some point, they're just like, we really need to pay the people that worked on this game now. And so they just finish and release. And feels bad when that happens. I understand why it happens. But it would be nice to, you know, like, okay, so now that the game has sold, it would be really cool to say, hey, so now that we've paid you all, do you guys want to go back and finish it? We can release, like, the definitive edition of, like, here's how the story wanted to play out. We weren't able to do it because of this or whatever. Like, that would be fun. Or just, you know, maybe get your writers all on board at the very, very beginning. I don't know if, technically speaking, if they were already doing, like, if they had map designs and all this already done, they already had assets, they just needed to place them and program them. I hope it wasn't the programmers are, you know, don't have the time to get all this part done, because part 3 could have been much, much longer and given us so much good story and so much good content. But if it was a programming thing, that sucks. If it was a writer's thing, that sucks. 2019. There wasn't a writer's strike in 2019, was there? I don't know. It just makes me sad to see that the third act fell through a little bit. It makes me sad. But no. But hold on. But then again, like, even bits and pieces from all the way in Act 1, there was, you know, already hints that, hey, this is what's going to happen in Act 3. So, I don't know. Keep in mind, the copyright can be procured near the beginning of the production. So this could have been a COVID-era problem. Could have been. They could have run into that, you know, COVID issue and just been like, maybe production slowed really, really hardcore because they weren't able to have a ton of stuff happening in studio. Especially at the very beginning of COVID, a lot of companies didn't really get their shit together until, like, you know, a year or two, like, into the whole COVID work from home kind of thing. So, and thus they ran out of money, yeah. So maybe they were just like, they're paying people to work on stuff from an at-home situation, only to be like, hey, we're running into a lot more conflicts, we need to redo a bunch of stuff, run out of money, bunch of, you know, maybe people run out of steam and are just trying to push a product. I don't know. Could be a number of things. It's a real shame. But, you know what? We still got a fun game out of it. We still got a decent fun game. I want writers to be able to realize their full potential and the full dream. The Yeah, reminds me I still gotta go do that. I gotta go do a bunch of comments on that document. Indeed, but it was a good 6 hours with a bit of a disappointing landing. I mean, once I accepted that, you know what, the universe can end and humanity can fall apart, it worked out alright. I mean, you know, a good lead up. Like, first, part 1 and part 2, very, very fun. Very cool, very intriguing. We start learning a bunch of stuff. I love all the tie-ins, all the, like, all of a sudden the realizations and the flat-out dropping names of, like, no, this is straight up Cthulhu. This is straight up a Cthulhu Mythos video game. Very cool. I love when games do that, and especially when they get their own take on it and they just build on it. It's a lot of fun. We should find do we have a Ratable? I think Mace already went offline, didn't he? God damn it, Mace. Mason's already gone. Well, let's see. We've got Dunkstar still, so we can go bug Dunkstar. We can bug Dunkstar. That'll be fine. Alright, hold on. What do we give this game? What do I give this game? What do I give this game as far as a score? 6.5? 6.5. 6.5 out of 10. Give it scores per act. Ooh, per act. I really enjoyed Act 1. I'll give Act 1, like, a solid 8. Solid 8 out of 10, Act 1. Act 2, 8.5. 8.5 for Act 2 because we got to, you know, we got some cool jump scares. We got some really cool, like, world-building aspects. What with the finding out, this is what the company's been up to the whole time. This is, you know, like, the clone revelation, all of a sudden the tie-ins to Lovecraft stuff. And then we gotta get to Act 3, and Act 3 is gonna get a solid, like, 2 out of 10. I'm sorry, Act 3, you get a 2. Because you dropped so many balls in that third act that I'm just like, you know, you've kind of lost me. And they still even had the build-up there. Like, the cool build-up was finding out that, yeah, our mother was an actual nut job in all of this and was, like, one of the people perpetuating this stuff. So, 18.5 out of 30 does work out to 6 out of 10. So, fair, yep. 6 out of 10. Just what I said before. I'm like, yeah, like, again, Act 1 had some good building blocks to build on. And I think 8 out of 10 for Act 1 is fair. And then the 8.5 that follows, I think, is also fair. Because we have some really cool story coming out, some good tie-ins. And the sad reality is that if Act 3 had landed even in the 8 out of 10 region, the first 2 parts would have gotten a better grade, if that makes sense, right? Like, the first 2 maybe even could have gotten a better grade because of the callbacks and the tie-ins to what was happening before, and I would have been like, yeah, this is cool. But it didn't. So, 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 is not bad. It's still respectable. You know, I want a stronger third act. Let's hit this button. And let's talk schedule for a minute. What is Dunkstar playing? This game looks awesome. Looks like a mech game of some sort. That looks cool. Anyway, alright, let's talk schedule. Friday, I'm thinking Persona again. On Friday. We made it to a part where it's like, hey, dungeon stuff. We gotta do some cool dungeon stuff. We can do dungeon stuff, and that'll be a lot of fun. Maybe we gain some levels, maybe we don't. I don't know. But it's a whole new mechanic. So I'm kind of excited about that. And I want to say we're actually pretty close to being able to unlock going into, like, Dragon Quest after this at some point. Dragon Quest is going to be fun. And for all the people who haven't played the Dragon Quest games, it'll be a whole lot of fun to sit in on, because the story of Dragon Quest is actually really good. I thoroughly enjoy it. There is just a lot of, like, running around and you know, other stuff. But it's a fun game. So yeah, I don't have a whole lot else to really talk about. I look forward to Dragon Quest XI for 8 months. Yes, me too. Ready to learn. It's such a fun game, Love Princess. I need to thank people. Sniper followed us, by the way, while we were offline. Thanks, Sniper. You know, hopefully at one of these points in time, it's a time that you can hop in. And thank you, Black Lone Wolf, for the raid. Appreciate you guys. The timer's about to go away, so until I see y'all again, talk to you.